There are two guys that have terrorized the NBA all season. These guys are both very young, and they are both superstars, absolute superstars. And the thing about it, Chill, is they've been dominating since the NBA tipped off back in October. But they both just got an accolade for the month of February. They both received Player of the Month. One in the Eastern Conference, one in the Western Conference. One goes by the name of Victor Wembanyama. The other one is in Detroit. His nickname is MODA Cade. They call him Cade Cunningham. They call him Deuce. And both of these two guys have basically put the league on notice that they are here to stay. And both of their teams are championship contenders. And you know what? If I'm not mistaken, one of us up here has both of their teams actually in the championship this year.
On the fly, by the way. Let's make sure we clear on that. It wasn't like it was legit. It was on the fly.
Okay.
It was on the fly.
He just threw two teams out there.
Yeah, he just said that. He ain't really believe that. But it's looking like it could happen. It is looking like that, though.
Well, want to give Cade Cunningham his flowers and want to give Victor Wembanyama their flowers. Both of these guys got Player of the Month for the month of February. Let's start with Vic because albeit he didn't put up the best numbers that compared to his standards for the year, but his team went 11-0. And throughout the month of February, Victor averaged 22.5 points, 11.3 rebounds, and 3.5 blocks.
In the month of February. Interesting.
11-0, fellas.
That's really interesting how Vic has been. I think I do think that we scoff at the Player of the Month because so many guys have gotten it and it really hasn't led to anything. I mean, yesterday was light work for San Antonio. Like, I don't even think they needed Vic for that game yesterday. They just they straight handled them. But I'm looking at what Vic has done for the majority of this month. I think that we so expect so much from Vic that him being Player of the Month is just a precursor to what he could be. So now with him being Player of the Month, it's like, all right, see, we told you that he's on his way to, when in reality, we kind of knew that this was going on with him anyway. The 22 a month, I mean, I got some bad information. I heard a stat that there's 4 guys who won Player of the Month. I think this is the first time Vic has won Player of the Month this year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's won it.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's won it. But from my understanding, there have been 4 guys who won Player of the Month, averaging 30, 13, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. I think Vic did that at some point during the season. And those guys won Player of the Month and won MVP in that season. That was Shaq, Jabbar, Olajuwon, and Giannis. And I think Vic did that throughout the course of this season, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, I mean, he's just been a catalyst for what's going on in San Antonio. He's been a catalyst for what's going on in San Antonio. He's been, and I can say it, you know how much I feel about Evan Mobley. You know how the defender that I feel Evan Mobley is. I think Victor Wembanyama is the best rim-protecting paint presence in the game. Nobody runs guys out of the paint like Vic does. Nobody has been the presence in the paint like Vic has been, and that includes Rudy Gobert. And I just think he's been fantastic for San Antonio. I do need to see it. I do need to see it come playoff time, but I do think that the stuff that he does, Ron, it does translate.
So, Chill, to answer your question, in November, it was Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
In December, it was Shea. In January, it was Luka. Now in February, it's Victor.
Okay.
The 4 best players in the conference. Nice.
Yeah, I could get with that. Sure. I could definitely get with that.
What about the East? Is it the same with the East? So
I doubt it, but maybe.
In the East, you have Cade Cunningham in November.
Okay.
In December, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, the list is cooked. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. And then in January, Jaylen Brown.
Oh, Okay.
Now you got Cade, the 3 best players in the Eastern Conference.
I like that
Deal with
motorcade
that?
thing, Ron. I do like that.
Shout out to the East, man. Shout out to the East.
So I think so. Wemby became the first player to win, and correct me if I'm wrong, both Defensive Player of the Month and Player of the Month in the same month.
Yeah, so he got. I don't know if he's the first player, but to Damien's point, he also got Defensive Player of the Month.
I don't know. I don't know nobody who's done that before.
Mm-hmm.
The award hasn't
think he
existed for very long, so I
Mhm.
mean, yeah.
when
Yeah,
they start
since
doing
November
defensive player
24.
of the month,
Last year.
Yeah.
It's another thing to glaze Wemby and put it on his accolades. So, yeah.
Just as long as we clear on what it is,
It's
Mars.
placeable.
Yeah,
I got no problem with it as long as we understand why we doing it. Like I have no problem.
Shout out to him, man.
whatsoever.
Shout out to him. He won the
Ron,
award
I
that
have
was
a-
made for him.
I've got a different angle to this all because, like, I've been seeing some conversation around, like, is he involved enough in the offense? So, like, took 5 shots last night, Chill, to your point, right? Like, they didn't even need him. The defensive stuff, obviously, that's where he's going to make most of his money. But, like, do we think that he can just ramp it up in the playoffs? Like, if he has to play, like, 36, 40 minutes in the playoffs and he hasn't been featured as much to carry such a heavy offensive burden throughout the regular season, is that something like that he can just flick on? Because I've seen that, like, some criticism actually on some of this conversation around, like, he should be heavily involved in the offense, taking all the shots and all these things. So that's a conversation that's interesting to me, man. Like, is it okay if he's taken 5 shots last night, even if they're blowing teams out?
Yes.
I mean, if they're guarding him to take him out the game, should he hijack the offense so he can get shots? Or
No,
should
absolutely not.
Should they play to the advantage that he creates by existing? If they're going to guard him with 2 and 3 on every roll, that means people are open. If the Spurs can't play 5 on 2, then they're not a playoff team. So if they can win without Wemby touching, because Wemby's not choosing not to shoot, the teams are trying to take him out of the game, which makes life easier for everyone else. So yeah, it's fine if Wemby only takes 5 shots if they're guarding him like this and it's creating easy offense for everyone else, in my opinion.
But when it gets to the postseason, do you guys think he could? If there comes a time when they have to, because it's going to come, when they got to play some of these elite teams, and we got to get 15, 20, 25 shots from Wemby, and he hasn't been doing that through the regular season. What do you guys think?
No. There's no way that they could survive with Wemby because essentially they're completely taking him out of the offense. And we've seen what happens with San Antonio with Castle not being able to make shots. Devin Vassell, we could slow him down. Harrison Barnes not being able to make open shots. They need Wemby offensively as a bucket getter specifically, whether it's around the rim, whether it's putting pressure on these guys in the mid post, whether it's putting pressure on guys at the long ball line. They need him to score. They cannot survive in the playoffs where he's only getting 4 or 5, not just 4 or 5 shots. That means he's getting limited touches too. If he's only taking 4 or 5 shots, no, they can't survive. I don't think so.
Foxy could carry the offense.
I think he can too, Ox. I do think that Foxy can carry the offense, but I don't think that he can carry the offense for an entire series. Like we can.
Right.
Can we have a game where Vic didn't get himself involved in the offense as much? But like last night, like we can't have that going on. Or even if Vic dominated on the defensive end, like he did last night, even if he did dominate on the defensive end, we still need to get him involved in the offense. Because if I look at what's going on in San Antonio, it's kind of similar to. I feel like it's kind of similar to what was going on in Atlanta remember when Atlanta had Steve Smith and Mookie Blaylock and those guys, like they actually had guys to supplement when if Dikembe, so they need Dikembe Mutombo to score like that. I don't think San Antonio has those guys consistently to supplement in the playoffs for Wemby's lack of bucket getting. No, I don't think so.
I think teams having to scheme that much and send doubles and triples is Wemby getting involved in the offense. You know what I mean? Like I got more than enough faith in De'Aaron Fox and Devin Vassell and those dudes to score enough points.
Who'd you say, Ron?
I said and.
Just the whole team, Ron. I was just saying names, but I'm not excluding anybody from that. So you, Stephon Castle, all those dudes, right? Yeah, all of them. I think they got enough firepower For sure. Like, and like I said, starting with De'Aaron Fox and Devin Vassell. That's not a knock to Stephon Castle. I think Stephon Castle definitely will be involved on both ends of the floor. But I think the Spurs got enough firepower in the offense to where if they are doubling and tripling Wemby on rolls and stuff, the Spurs will make him pay for that.
Can we do that consistently, though? Like, I don't think that there's been evidence to show that these guys can consistently make teams pay offensively, especially in the playoffs. Because when we get to the playoffs, we're going to single out Castle. Castle, you got to make that. You got to make that three on the left side at the break where you're not that good. You got to do that all night long. Devin Vassell, you're gonna have to. We're closing out on you on the low side. You got to put that ball in your weak hand. We have to do that.
But chill, if Mitch is the coach that we think he is, right, and Coach got a coach. I'm not gonna let you dictate where I got Devin Vassell to shoot from or where I Stephon Castle.
Yep.
I'm bringing Wemby from places where if you want to double me over here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to suck all your defensive attention right here, okay, you're gonna do it on this side where I got Devin Vassell over here clapping shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a coach got a coach, right? So that's what I'm saying, and that's why to some people, I think the playoffs aren't harder because we're playing the same team. I'm playing the same team for a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? I got you, y'all. If y'all gonna keep doing this, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not. We might not have the evidence every single game because it's against different schemes, different games, different matchups. I'm playing the same 12 dudes for seven games at most.
Yeah.
And if this is the scheme y'all are gonna run against us, I got something for you. I got enough firepower over here, and I think Mitch is a good enough coach to where I can put Wemby in situations where if you're gonna double triple team me, I got a counter for you over here. Whether it's Foxy getting downhill, Devin Vassell shooting, it's so much firepower over there.
I think it is too, Ox, but we also have to take into consideration that the stakes are higher come playoff time. And even though Oklahoma City was the youngest team to win the NBA championship, we had seen them in the playoffs. We have not seen these guys in the playoffs in that kind of setting. And in addition to not seeing them in that kind of setting, that scheme that you talk about, it could definitely work if I've seen this throughout the course of the regular season. But when teams, like to your point, coaches got to coach. When teams start adjusting, when Mark Daigneault decides to adjust, and instead of chasing Vassell off the long ball line, I'm just going to close out, and I'm not going to chase him off the long ball line, and I'm going to make him shoot challenge threes. Castle is another guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make Castle put the ball on the floor, and I'm going to make him put the ball on the floor with his strong hand, and I'm going to force him to the baseline, and I'm going to double him, and I'm going to make him get off the basketball. Now I'm running the shot clock down. Those things are kind of the adjustments that I'm talking about, where now these young guys, they get frustrated with their offense. Damn, I'm not able to do what I was able to do in February or in March. And now I got to see this, to your point, Ox, I got to see this for a whole week now. And because I'm not used to this sort of thing, can I adjust on the fly as opposed to if I had seen this before, I've been in this playoff setting before, then I'm a lot more familiar with it.
Right. I mean, like you said, I think only Daigneault got the personnel to do what you're saying.
But I think it's it's legitimate concern, not concerns, Chill, but we yet to see it, right? We've got no evidence. So it's like the playoffs when the heat gets turned up and you have some of these, like the Spurs are a relatively young team. Like I'm not worried so much about De'Aaron Fox because he's been there before. But Dylan Harper, like can Champagnie make shots like in the playoffs? Like we haven't seen it yet. So like my thing with the Victor question was there's going to be a time in the postseason where for half a quarter, we're going to need you to put us on your back. And I think that has to be a layer or a wrinkle in their offense when it matters most, because throughout the regular season, they just haven't had that level of sort of heavy burden to put on Wemby. But I think he's someone who probably understands that there's going to have to be a time where he has to put this team on his back. But without them ever having reps in the regular season, I think it's sometimes hard for a team to just switch on. That's my only concern, because teams are going to make others beat you. Like Stephen Castle is going to have to shoot the long ball. Like you're going to have to show me in the postseason that you can make these shots, man.
Not just one game either, Damien. Not just one game either. You got to do this throughout the course of the series.
Mm-hmm. What what you said, Damien, and I you know what I'm saying. I've had the issue with this for a long time, and it might just be me. I might have a mental block. You know what I'm saying. But I want to know, because you said Champagnie, if he can make those shots, what changes? Like, what about his mechanic? Because Champagnie's not necessarily having to create his own shot. He's not necessarily shooting off the dribble, step back, James Harden style. He's not necessarily that type of shooter. I see Champagnie a lot of catch and shoot, maybe one count. You know, it's pretty basic and to the point, if you ask me.
But that's my point.
What's the difference? What's the difference in the mechanics though? No, I'm just saying about him making these shots in the playoffs. Why does this change? You know what I'm saying? Why does this change in January than it does in May?
I don't think the mechanics should change at all in terms of like his form and things, but I think the way in which he's going to get shots is harder because he, like you said, he's mostly a limited catch and shoot 3-point shooter. But what happens when a guy is in his gym shorts the whole night? Or what happens when Mark Dagnall understands that in the left corner, this guy shoots 45%, so we're not going to give him any of those. And he's going to have to make some from the top of the key where he shoots maybe 35%. Like that's the type of sort of granular scheming that happens in the playoffs where we're trying to make guys uncomfortable. And to your point, he's not a guy that really breaks down the defense from the 3-point line when guys close out on him. He's more of a catch and shoot guy. So if we take him out of the game, if we're forcing him to put the ball on the floor, we're forcing him to do things that are unnatural to him that he's never done in the regular season, which is sort of what I'm sort of getting at.
Right. Okay, I can see that. So now my thing is, who the hell is taking away all of this? How am I taking away Champagnie on this side, taking away Vassell on this side, taking away De'Aaron Fox to the rim, and double and triple teaming Victor Wembanyama? How is this possible?
They also you also have other teams. You also have other teams.
I'm just saying, like, who could possibly do this?
Well, remember those 5-on-8 drills that Penn was talking about? That's what they're gonna be doing.
It's not possible, Ox, and that's why. First off, to answer Damien's question about,
I don't think we have to do all of that. By the way, we don't. We don't have to do all of that. But go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
To answer Damien's question about how can the Spurs win when Victor Wembanyama doesn't go off, I'm gonna give you Vic's stat line against OKC this season. He has a game where he only scored 12 points. They beat OKC. He had another game where he only scored 17 points. They beat OKC. He got another game where he only scored 19 points. They beat OKC. And then the first game where he came back from a minutes restriction, he scored 22 points in 21 minutes, which actually kind of answers your question as well. Like, we've seen him we know Victor Wembanyama scores in spurts when he gets hot. We've seen Victor Wembanyama take over a quarter. We've seen him take over a half. He's shown us that he can do that. And so, like, that was one of those games where he came in and turned up and they just blew them out. So he showed us that he can do that against a championship level team. Well, a championship team and a championship level defense. Also, too, just to throw a couple more things out there, Victor Wembanyama has scored. Last night he scored 10 points. They won 131-91. Granted, this is the regular season. Cool. Victor scored 12 points just last week. Granted, it was against Brooklyn. Okay. They won 126-110. The game before that, he scored 12 points against Toronto, who some of us would say is the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league. They won that game 110-107.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama earlier this season scored 14 points. They won that game. Another game, I mentioned the OKC game where he scored 12 points. They beat OKC 130-110.
Yep.
So it seems like in these games where he doesn't score all that much, they still manage to win. And why do they manage to win? It's because either like last night, you got a guy like Harper going off. You got Stephon Castle going off. You got De'Aaron Fox going off. The three-headed monster at the point guard. One of those guys is going off along with Devin Vassell or Champagnie. They got it going. And it's like Keldon Johnson maybe off the bench. And it's like at that point, Victor Wembanyama is just a decoy. And it's like, I know you typically want your best player to go for 30 or more in a playoff game. However, that's not typically how it happens all the time.
But we also keep going. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying for this team, I don't think that's absolutely necessary, especially when your best player is by far and away the best defensive player in the league.
Yep.
And it's like when Victor Wembanyama controls the defense so much, it's like those other guys can do what they do.
But we also got to take under consideration what's the most important thing is putting the ball in the bucket. Well, if we're going to put the ball in the bucket, we got to get the ball to Wemby. All right. Well, one of the things that we were concerned about with Wemby earlier in the season, which reared its ugly head against the Knicks, is that he's a turnover machine. He's actually been good as of late, right? He's been good as of late, with the exception of what was going on with the Knicks. He's been good as of late taking care of the basketball, but he is susceptible to being a turnover machine. Teams recognize that. Wemby doesn't like to throw the ball over his right shoulder when he gets doubled. When you blitz Wemby in the mid post, he picks up his dribble, and now he's got to get off the basketball. Wemby will just lose the basketball. When you're going up against teams defensively who pay attention to a lot of that stuff, they can definitely capitalize on that. Now, in addition to Wemby turning the basketball over, to your point, Damian, when you're talking about a guy in Champaign who is a specialist, my job, Ron, is to knock down open shots. Okay, we know that as a defense. That's what he out here to do. So if we're going to limit his open shots, so now the temperature goes up. This is what I'm talking about, Ox, when we talk about the playoffs. Mentally, I'm in a different space. And the reason why I'm in a different space because there's more at stake here. We lose, we out. So now some of these guys might be a little tighter now. Like the mechanics might not change in your estimation, but in game 3, because we're up or down 2-1, the basket might not look as big. We're on the road. In game 4 with a series, or game 5 when the series is tied, the basket might not look as big. The crowd is a little bit louder. These jump shots that I'm making in January, I'm not making them now because there's more pressure. If we lose, we out. Mentally, a lot of guys aren't built for the playoffs that quickly. And I think that that's something that I'm going to find out from San Antonio. In terms of raw talent, I don't think that there's other teams in the league that are superior to them in terms of talent. But when we're talking about when we get to the playoffs, how they can mentally handle themselves, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously we got to see it, but once again, I don't think Wemby. We know Wemby's inconsistent. I don't expect Wemby to score 25 every night in the playoffs.
I do,
but I like with Victor Wembanyama, and this is part of the large reason why I've said that I believe he's the offensive player to the caliber that he is. It's not because of the scoring. It's because of everything else. Like the scoring is obviously like it's major. And once again, Victor Wembanyama is a microwave. When he gets going, he gets going.
Ron, you think they're holding teams to 90 and 100? You think they're going to do that in
no,
the playoffs games?
No.
Because that's what it's going to – if Vic is not giving you 24 – this is average. If he's not giving you 24, 20, how are we beating teams? Because now what you're telling me, Ron, is that now I'm depending more on a second-year Castle. Now I'm depending more on Vassell. Now I'm depending more on these guys. No.
Chill. What I'm saying is like Victor Wembanyama just being on the court makes everybody's life easier. Him not scoring doesn't mean that they can't score. Like I equate Victor Wembanyama to like the queen on a chessboard, where the queen can make so many moves to free up other pieces on the board to do things. Victor Wembanyama simply just screening and rolling. I know how you just said we're not giving Champagne shots. Good luck. Because when Victor Wembanyama rolls, that man in the corner has to help. Otherwise, it is a dunk. Stephon Castle's going to put that ball right in front of the rim, and Victor Wembanyama is going to go slam.
Is he though?
Yes.
We've seen these teams turn down layups, literally turn down layups for the long ball. We've 100% seen that, especially in the playoffs. We've seen teams turn down layups, even though Wemby is such an imposing presence around the rim. We've seen teams.
So are you saying Victor Wembanyama is not going to dunk the ball to get?
I 100% think he is, but we're not going to act like every time Vic dives to the rim and he's open, which is the majority of the time, they're going to get him the basketball. That's not going to happen, Ron. They're turning down Vic for shooting at the long ball line. They're doing that.
All right. Well, then if that's the case, then Champagne got his 3. And you said that Champagne's not going to get his 3. They're gonna close his space and run him off the line. Devin Vassell, they're gonna run him off the line. All right. Well, if you guys do that, then that opens up the paint for 4 guys that get to the basket at will.
And maybe we're not, and maybe we're not just running them off the line. Maybe we're just gonna crowd him at the long ball line and make him make tough threes, right? Maybe we want him to put the ball on the floor. Maybe just not that far from the long ball line, but maybe we do just want to keep these guys at the long ball line and make them make tough shots. But for me to think that every time Wemby dives to the basket, even though he's open 80% of the time, I've seen him plenty of times point to the rim because he is open. They miss him. That's one of the, before they got Fox, that was a big problem that they had. So, I mean, these are the things that I'm concerned with Wemby. Now, with that being said, Ron, what does he give me? 24 a night on a Tuesday? That's what he's giving me. So, at minimum, Ox, I should expect that. I should expect that on a Tuesday. That's what I think I should get from him. Now, if I get more, that's a plus. But I should get at minimum 24, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
With Wemby's defensive impact, and to Ron's point, them dudes that can get into that paint whenever they see fit. I mean, I think 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I think that'll get the job done for Wemby. Now, obviously, he's going to have bigger games than that. I would assume. I would assume a player of his caliber will have bigger games than that throughout the playoffs. But if I see, like, this is what I don't want, Chill. I don't want the Spurs to be a second-round exit and Wemby average 21 and dudes get on the internet talking about he's a playoff dropper. I'm not going to be able to handle that. I'm not going to be able to be involved in those conversations unless Wemby plays terrible, which I don't assume he will, because his defensive impact, I believe, will be there. You know, to your point, you know, the game slows down, all of that. You know, Wemby should be able to make an impact on the defensive end of the court to where, to your point, Chill, I could see some of these games against certain teams where, yeah, they are holding dudes under 100.
I could get with that, too.
I'm
just tired of hearing the logic of, you know, the game slows down in the playoffs. For some teams, we saw it last season. Yeah. We saw it last season. Indiana wasn't trying to hear that. This is what we do. We run. You ain't going to stop us from running, right? You are not going to stop us from getting up and down the floor. So teams like San Antonio, who do get up and down the floor, I do know that the game slows down, but they got athletes. Oklahoma City has athletes. Houston has athletes. I do know the game slows down in the meat and potatoes of the game. But what we do in terms of playing transition basketball, you're not going to be able to stop that if we already awesome at that. You're not.
Right. And Ron, this how come I know you're terrible at chess. You was talking all that shit you was talking
garbage
in LA. Man, the queen ain't nothing but a pawn with a bunch of fancy moves, man. I'm telling you, you don't know nothing about chess.
She really just a chick with a nice dress on, Ox?
That's
she
it.
really just average?
Just a pawn with a whole bunch of fancy moves, man.
Hey, Chill, he say that because I be snatching his queen. Every time we get on the board, I be snatching his Annie.
See, that's what he don't understand. I'm sending her to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gladly taking her.
They really playing checkers.
Kicking your ass.
But we've been talking about Victor Wembanyama. Let's jump over to the Eastern Conference and give Cade some love, because Cade bought out this month too. He averaged 25 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 9.9 assists, damn near double-double. And his team went 9-2 over the month of February. Detroit continues to dominate. They're still at the top of the East. They are 45-15 right now. And Cade is just doing Cade things.
Yeah.
He's awesome, man. Would anyone be? I mean, it's simple as that. He's been awesome this year. I wouldn't be mad if he won MVP, by the way. I wouldn't be mad at it. I know some people would be because of this 65 game rule stuff, but man, I've been a fan of Cade for the longest time. I know people have concerns about the efficiency and stuff like that, but it's very, very difficult to lead a team to the number 1 seed, man. And he deserves all the love he gets. And he should be getting MVP votes this year. Whether he's gonna win it, I don't know, but he definitely should be getting some MVP votes, man. For them to be 45-15 on the season, still 4.5 games up on the second seed. They're slowly winning me over as the favorite to come out. I know I had New York, but the way this team's playing, and Cade's the head of the snake, man. So shout out to him, man. All the credit in the world. I can't say a bad thing about him.
Just a week ago, they had the best record in the league. I think it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. They had the best record in the league. When it comes to Cade, even though I question his ability to consistently make shots, I really like the physicality of Cade. His ability to get to the rim and play through contact. Don't get me wrong, he has had his issues, right? He's had his issues with turning the basketball over. I can get with that. But I think he's gotten stronger. I think when he's on and he's actually finishing around the rim, I don't think there's a lot of guys that can deal with him. He wasn't good last night, and I'm not going to argue that point. He wasn't good last night, but he's got that top of the key jump shot and that left elbow jump shot that when he's got that working, he's almost impossible to deal with. I mean, he's the consummate lead guard. He's just growing more. The more I watch him, the more I see a consummate lead guard growing into being better. So taking better care of the basketball, being a better distributor, being a better playmaker. If he can, if like I said, if he can get more consistent with that jump shot and being able to finish around the rim, I think there's going to start to be a gap between him and the other lead guards in the game.
And we talk about affecting the game in multiple ways when you don't have your shot. Yeah. So yesterday he wasn't great with his shot, but at the end of the game, he's standing in front of James Harden in clutch time and saying, "Hey, you're going to have to get past me." He's got 2 blocks at the rim in clutch time. Like he's standing in front of James Harden as a legitimate 6'8" guy with a massive frame who's fighting like hell, competing his ass off. So it's like, you can shoot tour dates, but if you're affecting the game in multiple ways, and his passing was still excellent as well. So it's like that can make up a little bit. He's not like one of those sort of flat out offensive guys who, when he's shooting poorly, he's not giving you anything else. He's doing just about everything else. So that's why they can still function at a high level.
Miles, am I out of line when I think that the plan was, because it looked to me like Cade was funneling James Harden to the rim, and that was largely due to James being a little advanced in age. Because I'm looking at James thinking to myself, the shot that he blocked, I want to say it was in the fourth, the shot that he blocked on James, I'm thinking that, a couple of years ago, Harden would have punched that on him, but he doesn't have that lift like he used to have. So it's almost like Cade is funneling him to the rim with that strong hand in the middle of the floor because he thinks that he can get to that shot.
That's pretty much most people's game plan against James Harden these days. Not to let him walk to the rim, but he's definitely not the same level of 2-point scorer he used to be.
Yeah.
I think the hamstring has definitely aged him in that regard. But I mean, I would say that's still smart defensive strategy. So yeah, I think Cade's good, man. Hot take. I don't know. Cade's a good player.
Damn good. Yes, he is, Ron. Damn good lead guard. And they got a gem in him, yo. They do. The fact that he's going to get better. And Mars gets on my case about assuming guys are going to get better and just assuming guys can do things that they can't. I mean, Cade is evidence of that. You remember when Cade first showed up to the league? I mean, he was a turnover machine. He didn't understand how to process defenses. Like, his game looks like he's a lot more in control of his game today than he was even this last year. He's a lot more in control of the basketball. He's a lot more in control of the offense now than he was last year. I think he understands how to get his other guys involved, even when he doesn't have his game going. And I love the fact that he competes on the defensive end. People think that because you're not, and again, Mars gets on my case about this too, but people think that because you're not an all-league defender that you don't play defense. That's not true with Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, he maybe isn't an all-league level defender, but I tell you what, he ain't. He ain't a cone. I can tell you that right now. You're not just blowing past him. He's gonna close out on guys, right? He's gonna put the right hand up. He's gonna protect the rim. He's gonna give you legit effort on defense, and you're gonna get results. So I like the fact that he's turning into the complete player that I want him to be. And I'm not a huge Detroit fan, but they got a gem in this kid, Ron. They do.
Can't lose to Cleveland without Donovan Mitchell, though.
Well, but it
would have been twice, because they should have lost on Friday. But that bonehead play of Tyson at the end of the game, he should have just let Jenkins shoot the three. If you make it from half court, we go into overtime, fine. But it should have been twice. Which, Ron, I'm gonna say it up here. And again, y'all know how I feel about Cleveland. You know how I feel about James Harden, and whatever can go wrong will go wrong. I think Cleveland can beat these dudes. I do. I think if Cleveland's seen these dudes in the playoffs, I think that they can beat them. And the reason why I say that, I look at the physicality from the Detroit Pistons, and I feel like Cleveland, if you can overcome that, which they've matched that as of late. I mean, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen have actually matched that. If you can match the physicality from Detroit, they got more than Detroit has on the offensive end. We are better than these dudes. The question is can you not let these dudes push you around an entire series? Because if that's the case, they're going to smoke you in 5 games. Smoke you dudes. I think they can beat them.
Chill. Not only can they beat them, the Cavs are supposed to beat the Pistons. Like the Cavaliers are a better team than the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
With all due respect, Detroit, like y'all are the number 1 seed in the East. Y'all are a very good team. Very, very good team. Elite defense. You got 2 up and coming stars. To me, the best point guard in the East. The Cavs are supposed to beat the Pistons.
And the Cavs are 9-1 since getting James Harden, and in 6 of those games, either Mobley or Donovan Mitchell has missed, and then like Jared Allen misses, that has to come out the game last night. So are we talking about maybe a sleeping giant chill in the East?
No.
Or
Never heard of the best team in the conference being a sleeping giant, but I guess.
We're technically not the best team in the conference.
Again, y'all know how I feel about Cleveland.
Yeah, well, the Rockets weren't the second best team last year. So.
They're definitely not.
I just think I do think that they can. I do think that they could beat Detroit. Now, when we talking about winning the whole thing, y'all know how I feel about that, and y'all know how I feel about the addition of James Harden. But when I look at them going up against Detroit, I like that matchup for Cleveland. I do think that they can beat them.
I was watching very closely the physicality battle chill yesterday, to your point, because I think that's the one thing that Cleveland's got to overcome. Yep. And they have matched them the last 2 games, man. So it's given me a lot of confidence if they were to meet in a playoff series. And to win a game, to your point, without Donovan Mitchell is a big deal. It's a big deal. It can do a lot of things for the locker room, man. To not have your best guy out there and still win games against the best team in the conference. It's not nothing.
They had them beat twice, Ox. Twice. Like yesterday, they beat them, and Friday they had them dudes beat. And I don't think that we talk enough about, and I don't want to make this about Cleveland and Detroit, but I mean the addition of Dennis Schroeder and Ellis have been big for them. Has been huge for them. But I want to stay on Cade. If they can continue to build around him, because I'm not sure if they have everything necessary to win it, but I do think that they're close, right? I do feel like that they're close. If they can continue to build around him the right way, I do think that they'll be there one day. I do.
Well, I mean, up to this point, they have chill. Go ahead, Damian.
I think the other piece they're missing is like Cade's not playing with another very high caliber ball handler and production guy in the backcourt. Like they basically surrounding him with a bit of shooting in the backcourt, but at some point he's going to need another high level creator, I think, next to him for the Detroit to win it all. And that's some of the reason why he has some of these games where he can't shoot the ball, because it's easier to scheme against sort of a guy who you know is going to have the ball nearly damn every possession, trying to make every play offensively. So it's like getting another high caliber ball handler next to him will actually open up the game a lot for him as well, because he doesn't really play off the ball whatsoever. So I think that's the missing piece for Detroit. Chill, to your point, to sort of round out the roster if they want to take the next step, you know?
Yeah. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought it was Ivy. And before Ivy got hurt, it looked like, they were turning into that backcourt that I thought that they could be. And then, Cole Anthony ends up breaking the kid's leg, and I think that really set him back. But I thought that they were on their way with Ivy as a 17, 18 a game guy to really supplement for what Cade wasn't doing, and, being a solid defender and a guy who can knock down an open shot. No, he wasn't Devin Booker. No, he ain't Donovan Mitchell. But I think that he was good enough and becoming better to give Cade that off-ball guy that can help him in terms of being a backcourt guy, can help him, create more offense. And I felt like that was working. So, unfortunately, I mean, they ended up coming off of him, but I think that's what they need. I do think that they need to supplement at that 2-guard spot. I do.
I like Jenkins. Like a
small,
lot.
Ron. And he ain't a bucket getter small. Like, he as small as he is, he ain't like, in terms of being small, he ain't small Donovan Mitchell bucket getting. He ain't small like Jalen Brunson bucket getting, because I think that's what you're going to need if you small like that in terms of playing off the ball.
Games
you need a Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson?
Say that one more time, Ron.
You need a Donovan Mitchell or Jalen Brunson?
I mean, if you small like that, I feel like you got to be a bucket getter to a high level. And I think he's a cog. I think he's more of an energy rotation guy. He's gonna give you buckets, Ron. I'm not arguing that point. But I think Cade needs somebody that I could run in the backcourt with on the regular that I
Yeah.
know that I could count on. And I don't think it's Jenkins. I think Jenkins is a great complementary player in terms of a rotation guy.
No, for sure. I wasn't saying Jenkins' name like he's going to be his all-star backcourt running mate for the next 10 years. I'm just saying I like him in his ability to come in the game, get downhill, speed the offense up, and cause chaos on defense. I love like what he brings to this team. He's actually one of the he embodies their character, like him and Beef Stew. And then, I mean, they got a bunch of guys too, because you could say Isaiah, you could say Beef Stew does, you could say Asor Thompson does, you could say Ron Holland does. Like they embody like what this team is about. But Jenkins, he's just like what he brings this team is. I just love what he brings this team. But he's not, he's not a crazy bucket getter. But I think he should have played more than 10 minutes last game. Like I don't see why with what he brings to the table. And he got busy in that fourth quarter a little bit. But like with what he brings to the table, I think he frees up Cade a little bit because he can handle those ball. He can take over some of those ball handling abilities and he can get downhill. And so he can break down the defense.
Yeah.
I do see some people in the chat talking about it, but do y'all remember last season when we were talking about the Pistons getting Devin Booker?
Yeah. You was big on that, Ox.
That's the pit. Like that's the type of caliber of piece you're away with. That can take you over the top.
Like Devin Booker would have been. I mean, I think that's the. I think that's the Rolls Royce of what you're trying to get around.
Right.
I don't know if I got Rolls Royce money, Ox. I don't got that kind of bread, but yeah, I would love to have that. Yes, I would. I would absolutely love to have that. No doubt.
That conversation did come up a couple of times.
Yeah, it did. I don't think Devin Booker was in the budget though, but I would have loved to have had him because I think that he would have been perfect for what they're doing. The dude to play off of Cade. I mean, if you're thinking about backcourts, if you end up getting Devin Booker, is there a better backcourt in the league? If you get Devin Booker with Cade Cunningham, and I ain't even talking about this season, I'm talking about last year. You get Devin Booker. Is there a better backcourt in the league?
There's not a better team in the league if you put Devin Booker on Detroit.
They might be the favorites. No. Yeah,
absolutely, they're the favorites. If you ask me,
they might be the favorites. So
that's what it's going to take to take them to the next level. Not just make the finals potentially, but take them to the next level. You need to put someone of that caliber next to Cade. Maybe it's Austin Reeves. Maybe it's like just a very high level bucket getter. I think it's too much for him.
Are we still in that space though, Ron? Are we still in a space where bomb squads are what it takes to win, or do we just need? Because hear me out, fellas. I feel like we're in a space where we just need that. We need one guy who's awesome, another good player, and a bunch of other guys to complement him, and a team concept that can win. Like, I think we passed the days of the bomb squads where we got 3 and 4 awesome guys and a bunch of other guys who were just okay. I think that I think that's the space that we're in now. Am I out of line thinking that?
No, I think that's the landscape of the league now. You're talking about like no more big threes, and then we fill out the roster with minimum guys. Like I
don't think that we did no more. I think we passed that.
Yeah, those days are over.
I think the days of James and Wade and Chris Bosh and James and Irv and Kevin Love, or Steph, Clay, Dre, and KD. I think we passed those days. I think the team concept where we got one guy who's awesome, another guy who's really good, and then a bunch of other guys who fit into what we're trying to do as a unit. And I think
the 2017 Warriors win the championship this year?
Yes.
Then we're not past those days. Just no one has that team.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that's the only way to win.
To build that team.
The reason why it was never the only way to win. It's never been the only way to
win.
It's always going to be viable. If you can put that level of talent together, you're going to have a good team.
But here's the difference.
Them winning would be proof of that.
But I feel like when we had, to your point, you talk about let's say the 2017 Warriors, right? When you get James and you get Kevin Love, that was the blueprint at that time. And I feel like where we are now, this is the blueprint. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that what was going on then wasn't viable and you can't win like that. I just feel like we passed that part. I think that we've moved into a different space. This is the way teams are winning now. Just like in the 90s, the way that you win, you get a big guy, you get a guy in the paint who can score the basketball, you can run your offense through him, and you have an opportunity to win. When you get into the 2000s, you still got that big guy, more ball movement. The triangle offense is what it is. You've said to me countless times, Mars, how much different the NBA game is today than it was just as recent as 5 years ago, right? So if we talk about the 2017 Warriors, which was almost 10 years ago, like that was a formula to win. Put together a level of talent that's almost impossible, if not impossible to beat. Okay, well, that's not sustainable anymore because we have what's going on in the NBA in terms of the first and the second apron. So, okay, so how do we now win NBA championships? Because we're not going to be able to have Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving and Cade Cunningham and Joker on the same team. We're not going to be able to have that anymore. So how do we win now? And I think I think this is where we are in terms of winning games and winning championships now.
Yeah.
Well, chill, the formula to win in the 90s was get Michael Jordan.
Good formula.
Yes.
But yeah,
But-
I think
But I mean, I think
We
the
got
CBA
Jordan and you don't. That is
Right.
fair. That is
But
fair.
I mean, the CBA, I think, is doing what they wanted to do, I guess. But even so, though, chill, it's going to be to the point where, however the contracts have to be, it might mean you still got a bomb squad. You're just not paying them like a bomb squad. You know what I'm saying? Let's find some guys that are outperforming their contracts, and we'll still have a bomb squad. You know what I mean? My thing about it is, if you win the NBA championship in some form or fashion, you got a bomb squad. You know what I'm saying? It might just not.
You got a
Yeah,
damn
it
good
just
team,
just
so.
right. It just might not look like a quote unquote super team, but it's absolutely a bomb squad. If you win the NBA championship, those Thunder,
They
that was a
loaded.
bomb squad
They was
last
loaded,
year. You know what I'm
Ops.
saying?
They were.
Like
They
that
were loaded.
defense that was playing, J-Dub, how he stepped up in the playoffs. They were playing like a bomb squad. It didn't look like the 2017 Warriors, but it was a squad for
They
sure.
were loaded. They
And
were
chill,
loaded.
the only reason why that was the landscape of the league at that moment in time was, and I'm not about to be nasty, I'm just kind of telling the truth. You gotta build a bomb squad when 2 of the top 5 players in the league go and join each other. So like when LeBron and D-Wade teamed up, now it's like, in order to beat this is clearly the best team. In order to beat this team, now we gotta click up too. In order for anybody to beat LeBron, KD, and Kevin Love, KD was like the only way he felt justifiable to beat them was to go tag team up with Steph Curry. And so, like, if Giannis was to go play in Denver, we're gonna see somebody else go click up because there's gonna be some stars that are like, F it. Like, the only way for me to win or feel even justified to be able to have a chance to win is I gotta go team up with somebody else. Now I gotta go get with Shea. Now I gotta go up there and get with Cade. Now I gotta go to New York. That would be that's the reason why that was the case in 2017.
Now,
Oh,
let
the
me
case
ask
in
you this.
2017 was sticking my foot under Kawhi Leonard.
Or that.
Make no mistake.
I really don't hate that, Ox. I'll be wanting to, but I really don't hate that. Like we
I hate that, man. The Spurs weren't about to do nothing that year.
I mean, Ron, I'm sure you was
Hey, well-
watching that.
We'll
I
never
don't
know.
know.
It was
We'll
a
never know.
great game. It was a
Never
great
know.
3 quarters, but come on, y'all. Come on.
I don't know.
We'll never
I-
know.
Feeling that game one.
I really don't know. But Ron, to counter your point, like, yes, if let's say Giannis went and jumped on the Spurs with Wemby, are there not teams in the league that are what they are right now because we've been together? Because I think that's what we're seeing more. Like Oklahoma City, they've been together for a while, right? The Spurs have been together for a while. Like I think we've seen teams that have been together for a while. If Giannis jumps on his crew, I do think that there's a confidence level with some of these teams that have been together for a while. Like we could beat them because we've been together.
2005.
What happened? What I miss?
He got them smoking them in 5 games.
Like, Giannis is not Karl Malone and Gary Payton.
No,
Like,
Wait. Giannis go where?
San Antonio.
Oh yeah, nobody's beating him.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
2005. We can. What was it when you say all the time? Just because you're not scared to get beat up, don't mean you're not gonna get beat up.
That does not
Just because they
mean-
think they can win, don't mean they're going to.
right.
Who thinks they can win?
Chill
I
was
think
saying that teams are looking at them like, oh yeah, we can beat them. Good for you.
Why?
I'm glad you think that. Yeah, you're gonna lose, but good
The
for
reason
you.
why is because we've been the case that I'm making for these other teams like Denver, like Oklahoma City. The case that I'm making for them is that they've been together for a while. We've built the level of continuity. We've got playoff experience. We've got championship experience. Yeah, they ended up adding this one dude who is astronomical for what they're doing. But does that trump what we've been doing? Like, can we beat these dudes?
Like the chemistry.
What,
Not
what,
always.
Yes.
what,
I don't
what,
think
what
that
is
they're-
it? What is it that
I can see
KD
that.
said? All that chemistry gonna help you when you got to guard Steph. Same shit applies here. All that chemistry gonna help you when you got to stop Giannis? I don't think so.
Chill. It's
Shout out to
like
you then.
it's like you could be in a relationship, be married for 15 years. Sofia Vergara walk in this joint and drop them drawers.
She throwing a monkey wrench in everything. I
It's
only
going
got
up.
eyes for you. I only got eyes for you. I'm staying focused on you. I don't see what's going on over there. I'm right here on you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm staying right here.
I don't know. Ox is talking about black men don't cheat. So y'all do.
That's
what
no.
you-
Wait a second. I want to be very clear about it.
Don't start Ox with
That's
this. Don't
I'm just
start.
saying, chill. That's not cheating. Like that's like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
But you're being coerced if that was to happen.
100%.
No, it's not being coerced. It's just to understand it. Like, what you mean? I didn't
All right.
cheat. That's Sophia.
If Sophia walk in here right now and do what you said she was gonna do, and I, had to pause my screen, I'll tell you what. I'm calling the police.
No, you're
or
not,
I'm calling
Ron.
the Uber,
No, you're
and I'm
not,
getting out
Ron.
of here. Hey, chill. That's the
No, you're not.
CIA. If that happens, that
getting
is
set
the
up?
CIA trying to
Getting
set
set
me
up,
up.
Ron.
All right. Look, it's cameras in this house. This house is hey, the walls is tapped. All of that. I'm
getting set
not
up.
doing it. That is the
I'm getting set up.
CIA.
Hell no.
All right.
Oh shit. Oh,
If a supermodel walks through this hotel lobby now, I'm not jumping off the stream. I'll tell you that much. Mm-mm.
I know, David. You just
I'm gonna have to
you
call
do this.
security. I'm gonna have
Here's
to
the
call
room key.
security.
You just gonna pass her this? Be like, hey, I'll see you in a
gonna
couple
get-
hours.
I'm gonna get security to come get her. She ain't getting that.
But you know what everybody does need to get?
What's that, Ron?
Y'all need to get y'all money right for when Sophia does walk into you guys' life. And you could do that right here, right now on Splash Sports. You see, when you scan this QR code or when you click the link in the bio and you use code CHOICE, you will instantly get $50 when you play $5. That's right. You get 50 when you play 5. Get that through your head. Get 50, play 5. Get 50, play 5 when you use code CHOICE. And the cool part about it is Quick Picks on Splash Sports is the best DFS game in the industry. It's what you've been waiting on your whole life. And the cool thing about it as well is that the NBA's heating up and the playoffs are right around the corner. Victor Wembanyama, Cade Cunningham, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. These are the guys that are going to be in the playoffs, and you have an opportunity to get in on the action right here, right now. And with Splash Sports, it's not you playing against some algorithm. It's not you playing against AI or a sports book. It's you versus other real people, real sports fans, real competition. The only thing is they just don't know ball like you. And we're going to show you guys how much ball we know by making our quick picks right now. Let's get into it, fellas. Big Ox, what happened yesterday?
We got spanked yesterday. That's what happened yesterday.
Dang.
So was
But-
too busy
but we-
winning,
we-
he couldn't stop it.
Yeah, we about to get it back today on this PGA though, right? The Arnold Palmer
Let's get it.
Invitational.
Come on, Tiger Woods. Come on.
We got a 50% boost on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, y'all. Come on, let's do it.
I'm down to make golf picks. I'm down.
You see, Ox, I typically would do that. But
That's
now
crazy.
that these people know that they have their 50% boost, they can go ahead and, make their own picks. You guys go do your thing with that. However, we
Okay.
are going to rock with another boost. What else do we got, Ox?
Another boost. We got Well Wednesday, the 30% and the 50% Well Wednesday and 20% Well Wednesday. Man, y'all get it in on these Well Wednesdays, man.
Now, what do you guys think we should take, chat? Should we take the 30%? Should we take the 20%? Or should we take the 50%? That's one of them
What type of
blues
questions
clues
you
type of
asking?
things. Go ahead, Ox. Get us that 50%. And who does OKC play? Is OKC in the Knicks today?
They in New York tonight.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Y'all already know what time it is. Go ahead. We're going to cue that up, y'all.
Okay. Who y'all got? I already took mine.
What'd you take?
OG, PRA. Come on.
I wanted to do a golf pick, so I'm on strike.
Ron, what is that?
Jared McCain. Oh, Jared McCain on the mall.
More than
That's
8.5
easy,
points? I like that.
That's easy. Yeah, that's easy money.
He going to give Jalen Brunson 9.5 points? Yeah, he going to give Jalen Brunson 10.
I'm taking them all on Cat too, by the way.
Points? 17.5?
I'm taking them all on Cat. Mm-hmm.
Ox, can you scroll down?
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, no. Hell no. Give me Jalen Brunson's more. 24.5 points. You got to take that, right?
So KC, yeah, go for
Depends
it.
if he's in the torture chamber or not.
I mean, it's 25 points and it's Jalen Brunson. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen
And
Brunson.
and
It's
it's
25
I'm not mad
points.
at it.
Like,
even though Oklahoma City came up, if I'm not mistaken, Oklahoma City came to New York last year. And when I tell you that they took them dudes by the back of their shirt outside and just put them dudes up against the wall and just kicked a mud hole in them, I do remember that. And I think the Knicks remember that from last year too.
yeah, they was stomping their teeth in.
They went and grabbed these right here, Ron, and drugged them dudes outside and beat the dog you know what out of them. They went into New York last year and whooped their ass. I do remember that.
What we gonna do today is whoop this quick picks ass with these 4 picks. You sent it through, Ox?
I didn't know that's all we were doing.
Yeah. I mean, we got our picks. Mars can't get his PGA pick, so we're just gonna go ahead and turn $10 into 120.
Mars, are you a scratch?
Come on, I got to take these. I got to take 2.5 stocks for Chet.
I like that. I'm not mad at it. Let's do it.
I can get with that. Leonard told me a couple of nights ago. I really want to stick with Leonard because he hits more times than not.
It has to be $5 for the Well Wednesday, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, chill. This is what I be talking about. This how come I knew
Mars was locked in.
that. Like,
Go up, though. Oh, never mind.
Shit,
Never
my
mind.
bad.
No, that's all good. All right, well,
Chill, you keep bringing up the Kawhi thing, and I know that's how come you be picking him just so that you can keep bringing it up if he sells.
No, I keep bringing it up because he doesn't sell. That's why I keep picking him. More times than not, he hits. That's why I keep picking him. I ain't picking him because see what happened, Ox? No, I'm picking him because we winning.
scroll up a little bit, Ox. All right, you guys can see we submitted our entry. $5 turns into 125 right here on Splash Sports with these quick picks. OG Anunoby, more on his PRA, 21.5. Jared McCain, more on his points, 9.5. Karl Anthony Towns, more on his points, 17.5. Jalen Brunson, more on his points, 24.5. And Chet Holmgren, more on his steals and blocks, 2.5. This is how we rocking today. If you like our picks, you go ahead and make those picks. But ultimately, what you need to do is download the Splash Sports app and make sure you redeem your $50 by playing just $5 and using code CHOICE. That's right. Use code CHOICE and you will get a free $50 deposit. Let's see what you guys is made of. We'll see you in the winner's circle. Download the app and go ahead and get to it. All right, fellas, we do got a few super chats. So let's see what the people got to say about what we had to say. You guys make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us across all platforms. We are bringing you guys good content Monday through Friday. You guys can do the least that you can do is support us. And that's by liking the video and sharing it with all your friends and people that you think would like Player's Choice and specifically the panel's content. All right, Alpha SSX sent through a $10 super chat and said 77 leads in creation play type, TSA, and true shooting percentage. Outscores Ant per 75 on matched RTS percentage. What the hell is an RTS percentage? Oh,
Relative true shooting.
Oh, okay. Ant's defense has dipped and he hasn't developed as a playmaker. How has Ant gapped 77? Plus, the Cade /77 debates are crazy.
I'm so sick of this fucking Luka stuff.
Could you imagine going into the barbershop talking about creation play type true shot attempts?
No, I can't.
His head nearly exploded just then.
What the fuck? I'm sitting here talking to my barber about why Cade's true shooting is better than Anthony Edwards. He gonna be like, if you don't get the fuck out of my barber chair, get out of here, man. I'm so sick of the Cade talk. I mean, I'm so sick of the Luka talk. Yo, up here, like we talk about Luka. I know, me in particular, I know how awesome Luka is. Because I don't think he is as awesome as you think he is, does not negate how awesome I think he is. I think he's a top 5 player in the world. I think he's arguably the best scorer in the game. I think he's arguably the best distributor in the game. He is not the best player in the NBA. That's not going on. So stop talking to me like he is, because he is not. that good. Is he good? He's better than that, but he's not that good. Damn.
33, 8, and 8.
I just want to I just want to get my pops, like 3 of my big cousins, one of and my high school coach together, sit down in the living room, turn the 2K on, turn the game on or something, bring out a couple brewskis, spark a joint, and get to explaining to them about somebody's relative true shooting being higher than this guy's, and how this guy's blocks plus minus is this much and that guy's VORP is this much, and tell them why that person's the best player and get kicked out of my own house.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Hey, Mars, what's TSA?
True shot attempts.
TSA,
so
that's your airport security.
Shooting attempts, and then also drawing fouls, shooting fouls and stuff, all of it into one. It's funny, man, like the real worlds and the internet world in terms of talking basketball. Oof, very, very different places.
I thought it was the niggas that be checking for bombs and stuff like that. But I guess not.
I seen JJ Redick use a term lately in post-game press conferences that was projected assist makes or something, where it's like they're counting the shots even that guys don't make to justify how good someone's playmaking was, which was like bizarre. But he's on that. They're deep into the analytics, man.
And to be honest with you, I actually like Ron. If I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but I actually like the data that we have today, because like to see the data that we have, it gives me a better idea of when I'm watching dudes, like what to look for. I'm not a big fan of true shooting. I've never been a big fan of true shooting, and I never will be a big fan of true shooting. But when you're talking about, I can now calculate where you're shooting in the mid range. Like I can pay attention to how many touches that you get on the block and how you score on the box. Like when the Celtics ended up getting Kristaps Porzingis, like a lot of people kind of scoffed at it, not realizing that he was a top 3 box scorer in the game. That was huge for what the Celtics was trying to do. That's a big deal, right? A guy who can get you buckets on the block. The fact that I think he was 3rd in the league in scoring on the box, like that's that kind of data. I mean, I think it's a big deal, but like I don't want to Ox's point, I don't want to basketball myself to death, because in the end, I still got to watch games. It's still about what's going on the court.
In today's world, I don't know if you do.
No, it's still about what's going on the court.
World,
it ain't just let's go look at the numbers and okay, this data says that no.
No,
Absolutely.
it should always be,
once
always
again,
be supplementary.
Right. I mean, even so, I mean, like I say all the time, Chill, I don't have an issue with stats. I'm not anti-stats. I'm not even anti-analytics or any of that. I'm not anti any of it. I'm anti looking at it and making it seem like you know what's going on just because you can read a chart. You know what I mean? And
right.
A lot of times too, and I think me and Penn got to the bottom of this during the summertime, a lot of these formulas are very flawed. You know what I mean? A lot of these formulas are flawed, but I still think it's good to know this stuff. I think it's very important for you to be able to chart things and just graph things and be able to keep the history of things. I think it's all great. It's just I think there's a time and place for it, Hey, Ron, I know that you're a super capitalist and you don't read those $2 super chats. Could I answer that?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. If you guys see the super chat on the screen, Chill does it all the time, and you want to address it, you can address it. Like,
Ron, you are a super capitalist, though. Let's be clear about that. Let's not scoff over that.
Chill, I'm not a super capitalist. I'm an extreme capitalist.
So we'll make sure that we clear on that. Ron is definitely a capitalist.
As a matter of fact, we're not reading that.
Yes, we are. Put it back on the screen, Ron. Yes, we are. Get that back up.
Real wavy, your ass got lucky.
At first, Ron, when I saw this, it made me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But I like that. Being uncomfortable, it makes you better. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to face this adversity head on.
Absolutely.
And obviously, we start Tim Duncan.
You can say it, Ox. I know where you. I know how you feel.
You mentioned Scotty. You can Kawhi.
Sorry, why?
Absolutely.
Hey, Kawhi, you my man, but you gotta go. You gotta go.
It's okay.
See
you don't really think that Scottie Pippen's better than Kawhi, though, right?
Yes, he does. Yes,
Well,
he won.
Ron,
Yes,
I'm
he
gonna
does.
keep. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Or he's been
It's
keeping
only-
up a facade for years. I don't know.
No,
Yes, he does.
it's only. It's. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. It's only out of respect for Tim Duncan that Scottie Pippen's not playing 48.
Yes.
But
I do too.
you
I'll
don't
just
think
let
that
you know.
Scottie Pippen's better than Kawhi, right?
Ox had Kawhi. Ox had Scottie Pippen as the third best small forward ever, and he had Kawhi at 7.
Surely that just is due to accolades and all of that stuff. Because Ox,
That's due. That's
don't
due. That's due
think
to.
I don't
That's
know.
due
He
to.
had Paul
better than
Pierce
Kawhi,
at 6,
right?
so I doubt it's about accolades. I don't know.
That's due
Ron,
to
you-
Scottie Pippen being the man.
Ron, you think Kawhi Leonard better than Scottie Pippen?
yes.
Based
on
on what?
offense, on offense, it is the scoring is a gap.
Okay,
A
he a better bucket getter than Scottie. I ain't gonna argue that.
Hey,
Better
I'm
mid range.
talking about
Better mid range. I'm not gonna argue that point. Better mid range. He can shoot the 3 ball.
Mhm.
Scottie better in transition. I think Scottie a better finisher. I think Scottie a better
Fine.
ball handler. Definitely a better passer and playmaker.
Scottie
as a
Pippen got better handle than Kawhi.
Yes, I think he does. I do. I think he does.
So shout out
Yeah.
to Scottie Pippen. I
I think
guess.
I think he's got a better handle than Scottie. I think he's got a better handle than Kawhi Leonard. And on defense,
Ron,
I
what-
think he's better than Kawhi Leonard too.
With that being said, Ron, that super chat asked about start bench cut. It doesn't say rank who's best. You know what I'm saying Scottie could easily play 48 minutes for me.
Yeah.
You're just gonna say you're load managing Kawhi for a different start bench cut. That's what it is. You load managing.
Shout out Tim Duncan, man.
We ain't saying that you ain't playing at all. Yeah, we ain't saying that you ain't playing at all. We just saying that we're gonna get you in another game. How about that?
Because Tim Duncan belongs in GOAT conversations. I don't understand why more people don't see that.
You know what that sound like to me, Damian? That sound like my chick telling me. I ain't saying no. I'm just saying not here. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying no. I'm just saying not right here. Let's go somewhere else.
Not right here, not right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not here, right here.
I can get with that. Yes, I can definitely get with that.
All right. Well, the next super chat we got is from CK0503. CK said, I'm a big Fox fan, but he hasn't been looking great for the past 20 games. I also don't think Wemby can carry an offense if he can't even post up, and he takes so many terrible threes and throws the offense off.
Sound like a first round exit than me. That's what that sound like. Sound like a team that's
To
getting
the
bounced.
Clippers?
Phoenix
Something to
and
keep an eye on.
6.
It's something to keep an eye on. That's
That's
what I was
what
saying
that sound like
before.
to
It's
me.
something to keep an eye on. I have no doubts that they're going to be good in the postseason, but it is something to keep an eye on how it develops.
I don't think that Wemby being, because it sounded to me and from that super chat that Wemby is just bad. He takes bad threes. He can't post up. He hijacks the offense. That sounds to me like, how are we even making the playoffs with this dude? How? And if we do make the playoffs with this dude, we getting bounced. We ain't losing. We getting bounced right out of the playoffs. That's what that sounds like to me.
What's the worst case scenario for? So it's looking pretty much like the Spurs have a top 2 seed locked up. What's the worst case scenario for them in the first round?
The Clippers.
Oh, matchup. Oh,
Matchup.
Phoenix and 5. I've seen what they did to Wemby earlier this season.
Ox, you said the Clippers. They would stomp the Clippers. I don't think that they beat y'all. I think they stomped the Clippers.
Who is y'all? Ain't no y'all. It's the Clippers and the Spurs.
Yeah, that's kind of a y'all
Yeah, I think
by
they
way
stomped
of
them.
by way of glaze.
Even though Ron, I'm on your page, Ron, with that kid Niederhauser. I like him. I do.
yeah.
I like what they're doing with him. But as far as defensively, I mean, I think San Antonio shuts them down defensively, shuts the door on them. I don't think that they have other consistent bucket getters, and especially in the playoffs, in order to score at that level. No, I don't think so.
Chill, y'all,
And I
y'all
think
sleep,
that
y'all sleep on DG, Kawhi, and Benny.
no, I'm
And it's a
not.
matter of finals experience, man.
Facts.
I'm not thinking about the Spurs in the first round. I'm thinking about them in the second round.
This
to
the
be
same.
honest.
This the same Benny the Bucket who Ox
Benny
said,
the Butcher. You got it right.
This same Benny the Bucket getter who Ox coined as, with the exception of J.R. Smith, one of the most bonehead plays we ever seen in finals history.
Absolutely, he made like 3.
Well,
He made like
it
3
was
in
a
row.
sequence. It wasn't. It was a
Yeah.
it was a series
Hey,
of
I
unfortunate
forgot
events.
about that.
Yeah.
Chill. That was
Bonehead.
crazy.
It was
What are you doing?
series
My
of
man,
unfortunate
Benny
You just
Yeah.
had an
events.
out of body sequence, chill. It happens like that
100%.
sometimes.
Like it just went like the computer just went black. The screen, we didn't get anything from him. He just completely just glitched. Yes. So yeah,
I
I
can't
think the
believe
Spurs
Ben even
served
did
them.
that.
Yeah, I think the Spurs served them 6 games tops.
All right, speaking of the Spurs, anime Spurs fans sent through a $10 super chat and said the problem is people want Vic to be 28 or 30 points per game. When in reality, Vic only needs to average 24 or 25 and play all-time great defense. Ron said Wemby's gravity going towards the rim opens up the offense.
Is
Yes,
that
Ron
true,
did
Ron?
say that.
Is
Fair.
that true?
Yeah.
We haven't
Like, what
seen
is
it
it going to
in the
take,
postseason.
Ron? In your estimation, Ron, what is it going to take for Wemby? If I could get, let's say I got 24 to 26 a game out of Wemby, and I got between 10 and 12 rebounds, and I got 3 blocks, and I got 35 minutes out of him. I know that's asking a lot, Mars, but if I got 35 minutes, what do I need to get from these other guys in order for us to win, Ron?
My thing is, I can't necessarily say the numbers because the Spurs are a deep team. The three-headed point guard, the three-headed monster, they just have to be aggressive.
Yeah.
That I don't even necessarily want to say that they got to make shots because that goes without saying, but those guys just have to be aggressive. I'm not necessarily mad at turnovers. I'm not mad at them missing layups. I'm not mad at them missing threes. I just want those guys, like Mars, obviously you don't want them to turn the ball over. You want them to make every layup and all of that. I just want you guys to continue to get downhill. Don't let OKC punk you guys and, have you on your heels. If those three are aggressive and Wemby's men in the defense, I think the Spurs are going to be all right.
Well, if Denver ends up the 4 seed and OKC ends up the 1 seed, San Antonio might never have to see OKC. But to that super chat though, averaging 25 and playing all-time defense isn't just that's all he has to do.
Yeah, that's Tim Duncan. That's Kevin Garnett. That's
You know what I
Hakeem.
mean? Like,
You ain't really got to do much, Ox. Just give me 25 and be elite on defense.
Like, hey, can I borrow a couple dollars? I only need like 15,000. What?
It's just more of like it's just more of an
here?
anomaly. It's just more of an anomaly in the playoffs when teams do it by committee rather than having 1 or 2 guys that just carry the load. That's all it is. We just have to see it in the playoffs. I don't doubt that it's going to translate, but we just have to see it. And I'm not worried about the first round. They're going to get through the first round, probably sweeping whoever comes as the 7th seed. It's more so the rounds after that.
Yes, Mars. It's not ridiculous to think, okay, today
You guys can stay asleep on Phoenix. It's cool. I ain't
the
gonna
playoff, bro.
I'm
I'm not Ox. I'm sorry, Mars. The playoffs and the play-in tournament has already ended. The playoffs start on Friday. And playoffs start on Saturday. We got San Antonio and Phoenix in round 1.
You can stay asleep. That's cool. Go ahead. When that series ends up going to 6 or 7, you guys can be, oh my God, how are Phoenix doing this? That's your business. I ain't gonna be surprised. So yeah, stay surprised.
I could see that happening. However, I got my money on the Spurs in 4.
Yeah, but a sweep is going to be tough. I mean, we are like the Suns put together a competent roster.
They're 1-2 against the Suns this year.
The Suns put together a competent roster.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they
they did.
not?
I mean, Dylan Brooks was a heck of a pickup.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's injured now.
But he'll be back,
he won't be
right?
in the
He'll be ready. He'll be ready.
He
come
won't be in the
playoff time.
playoffs. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm already trying to prey on our downfall.
I still believe in Jalen Green. I don't care what y'all say.
Hey, he had 20 last night. Come on,
I
progress.
like Jalen Green, yeah.
Ox, it came together, but
Wemby shooting
Ron, I
Wemby
told
shooting
y'all-
38% from the field against Phoenix this year.
They have defended him well, to be fair.
Wemby shooting
I told y'all
22%
when it happened. Who won that trade?
Oh no, you was wrong, like badly wrong about that. But
I wasn't
Jalen
wrong.
Green.
I was just early.
There was 2 things.
KD could retire right now and you'll still be wrong. Wemby also averages 3.5 turnovers against Phoenix, so he shoots 22% and averages 3.5 turnovers. Shout out to Wemby. But yeah, it's just an obvious sweep, obviously.
All right, Jordan Reed with the interesting super chat. This has been something that's been trending over the last 24 hours. Jordan Reed said, I watched the AJ Debinca interview. He was saying that he might stay in college for another year or 2, but he hasn't decided. If he does stay, who does this hurt the most in the 2026 NBA draft?
Why does that have to hurt somebody?
Him.
Why would it hurt?
But
He's
why?
not
Why?
saying we're
That's number
now
one,
discussing.
Mars.
We're discussing nothing. Like, he's
Yeah,
not
that's
saying.
that's
Cooper
number
Flag
one.
said the same shit last year.
Carmelo
Cooper Flag
Anthony
said the same
thing.
shit. Yeah, Melo
Well,
said it. Trae Young said
Kawhi
the
actually.
same thing.
I mean, not Kawhi. I'm sorry. What the fuck? Carmelo. I believe Carmelo actually considered it. I think Boeheim really made him
No,
like, bro,
Boeheim made him
I'm
go
not.
hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
Boeheim.
that Carmelo actually really considered that. My
But
thing with it though
AJ.
is we do got to start coming around to the fact that NC2A is not the NC2A we grew up on, and I think eventually we will start seeing some guys that are guaranteed lottery picks deciding. I'm actually developing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we might see some guys who are actually like, yo, I got a great coaching staff. I got a great training staff. I'm getting better. I'm getting paid. I'm enjoying myself. What's the rush?
And not
I
just
do.
getting
I want,
paid,
and
getting
I'm not saying
generational
AJ.
wealth now, yeah.
Exactly. They're making great money in this NIL. I'm not saying AJ DeBonce is going to say. I have no idea. I don't know the kid. I don't pretend to know the kid or pretend to know what his thought process is.
Or
But I
pretend to know a
can- I can-
trainer.
Come on, bro. I'm not doing that. I could 100% start seeing these kids that are guaranteed lottery picks, thinking about it. Like, why go right now if I don't know if I'm ready? Or if I'm not guaranteed ready, if I'm actually getting developed. A lot of times we've seen NBA, when you get to the NBA, a lot of these teams don't got time to develop you. As much as we want to pretend like it's this coach's job to like the whole Steve Kerr thing.
That's not true, Ox. That's
well,
not true, Ox. That's not true.
What's not true?
In fact, that's why they picked you at age 19, at age 18.
Well,
because
no,
they are going to
but
develop
I didn't say anything definite, so it can't not be true. All I'm saying is, what's the why? If I know that I'm getting developed here with the training staff that knows me, training staff that I've been working with, and I've gotten so much better from when I touched down on campus in July or June. When I touched on campus, I've got so much better from then to now in the beginning of March. I'm like, what's the next leap I could take?
The next
I
leap
could
you take is to
go to the NBA and be a guaranteed superstar because I don't need them to develop me. I could come in and actually play my position. I don't need to go to a team and then be in and out the lineup, getting possibly sent down to the G League and worrying about minutes. I'm competing against 29, 30-year-olds who got families to feed.
Yep.
I'll just stay here and get better and get this money
Right.
and hang out with the co-eds. You know what I'm saying?
What's
the difference?
Which is
Why
fair.
not?
I agree with you. It's just not for AJ, but for different tiers of players.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with
Understandable.
that.
Understandable.
That's exactly where I was going with that, Ox.
And that's why I said a second ago. I'm not saying this for AJ. All I'm saying is I think we need to start wrapping our heads around the fact that this could start happening. We could 100%
guys
start
projected
100%,
mid first rounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being the case. But
There's
not
some, but
when you're
that's
projected top two.
been going on, no, Mars, for years. That guys who I'm projected to be the 15th or the 17th pick, I'm going back to school. There's no reason for me to leave because maybe my draft position could be higher. A guy like Reed Shepherd's never going to be the number one pick in the draft, but he was projected to be the third pick in the draft. So at any point, at this point, this is probably as good as it's going to get. And then on top of that, there's guys who just don't need to be in school. Now, I can appreciate your logic, Ox, about wanting to hang around 20-year-olds and wanting to enjoy the college experience. I can appreciate that logic. But then there's some guys like AJ DeBonce who's wasting his time in school. There's guys like that who I'm really not going to learn anything in terms of development for the next level here.
Why not?
I do need to get to not just the money. I do need to get to that level of play in order for me to become a better player. I could become a better player.
They got professional train. They got pro
They got a
trainers.
stinker last night. Maybe he still got something to learn.
You know what I'm saying? Too? Why can't I learn more?
You can learn more. I feel like you can learn more, Ox, in college, 100%. And these professional trainers, they are training you to get to the next level. I'm not going to argue that point. What I am arguing is that once I get to that point, traveling, learning how to play at the pro level, being that way on a consistent basis, learning the pro game. Like a lot of these teams, like BYU doesn't run a pro style offense. And it's a lot different playing with and they got a really good point guard, by the way. It's a lot different playing. It's a lot different running with him than running with De'Aaron Fox. It's way different running with him than running with LaMelo Ball or somebody like that. Those two things are not the same. I think they play in the Big 12, BYU does.
Yes.
Yeah, I think BYU plays in the Big 12. So me having to deal with Colorado, me having to deal with Gonzaga, is not the same as me having to deal with Miami and Washington and these guys. That's how I'm definitely gonna get better. And in terms of school, because I heard him say that his mother wants him to get a degree. Young fella, this school was here 100 years before you got here. It's gonna be 100 years after you gone. So you can always come back and get that paper. Don't you worry about that.
Right, and chill. Once again, I don't want to turn this to a whole big thing, but I think it's a conversation worth having. But once again, I'm not necessarily talking about AJ DeBonsa in particular, but I think we have this thing where we believe that if you throw a kid up there and have him play against 29-year-olds, 30-year-olds, NBA players, or with those guys, that he's just gonna adapt and gonna get ready. If I don't know shit right now, you can't just throw me in a room with astrophysicists and be like, oh, he'll get it. Like, no, I gotta learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I gotta get these skills. I gotta understand what's going on at the next level, and then I go up there and I might start here and start getting with those guys. On top of that, too, a lot of these youngsters, they need time to become professionals in mindset as well. Sure. And I think in college, in how you know how it is, and even at the Division I level, they're on planes, they're traveling, they're moving around, they got professional schedules, they got to be up, they got a real itinerary they got to keep. I think a little bit more of that development is very important as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
which is, I think that's a fair argument. But to your point about an astrophysicist, well, if I'm around other young astrophysicists, it's obvious that I'm clearly better than all of you guys. So I'm not going to learn anything here. Being around astrophysicist, I'm just.
He the only astrophysicist over there.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm almost wasting my time hanging around you. Even if I do end up going to a level where there's other astrophysicists who are better than me, I'm probably going to learn more hanging around them, and I'm probably going to fall over a number of different times in terms of the travel, in terms of the professionalism, in terms of learning and getting better at the game. Where better to learn that than being around other professionals? Remember, Ox, in the college, I might have another pro on my team, maybe two. At that level in the NBA, all of these dudes is pros. Every last one of them are. And if I'm gonna learn to be a professional, if I'm gonna get better at being a professional, my grandmother told me when I was a kid. Mars, you want to do something, you got to hang around people that's doing it. Right. It's that simple.
Well, on top of that too, though, Chill. Now maybe you might only have one other guy that's gonna go to the NBA.
Yep.
But a few of these other guys are going to go play high level overseas. You know what I'm saying? Good professionals as well. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. I've said this before too. I think a lot of these youngsters could stay in college for a little longer just to learn how to be professional or just to mature a little bit more. Yep. You know what I mean? I think there still are a lot of good college coaches out there who want to help young men become men, you know what I mean? And show them the ropes and things. So once again, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about AJ DeBonsa right now. AJ DeBonsa, you probably go on and get up out of there. But I do think that we're going to start seeing a lot more guys stick around a little longer. And I think that's one of the good things about the NIL too, is that you can stay back and get some money. You know what I mean? Like Chill, I don't know if you remember like CJ Fair, CJ Leslie, those guys that were on the brink. They probably should have got out of there and went and got that contract. They waited too long,
It's some guys this year that what you're saying absolutely needs to be true for them. And I'm not saying stay for the money. I'm saying, like you guys know, I push a lot of propaganda for delayed gratification. That's why I say we can tank today to be better tomorrow. Sometimes you gotta just chill to get something that's gonna be better next year. Yep. So this is a stacked draft. Obviously, we've talked about this being one of the deepest drafts that we've had in recent history. Yep. You got guys like, and I'm gonna throw out a couple names of why guys should stay, because in next year's draft that's projected to be weaker, you got an opportunity to be the number 1 overall pick. You got busy this year. You come back over the summer, get better, work on your game. Next year, you'll dominate even more. You have the opportunity and you should dominate more. You have the potential to go number 1 overall next year. The first name I'm going to throw out, Elijah Arenas. He was hurt for a majority of this season. He's shown flashes. We know the kid can hoop. If I was Elijah, so I'm looking at a mock draft right now, CBS mock draft, they have him going 10. I think he has a legit shot at going number 1 next year. If I was him, especially and I'm not even going to dig into, who his family is and what his pockets are and things like that. Sure. I just believe next year you have an opportunity to go number 1. So yeah, you can come back and get a bag. You can go to the league now, or you can come back, still get the NIL money, and then next year potentially go number 1.
I could get with that.
Also, a kid like Nate Mint. Nate Mint, he was projected as a top 5 pick. Now it's a chance that he could fall out the top 10. If I'm Nate, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna work on some areas of my game. I'm gonna come back, build on what I did this year, and I'm for sure trying to go top 5 next year.
What
Another
about
guy
keep going, Ron. Keep going.
down there in it's down there in Damien's area. Plays for the New Zealand Beakers. A guy named Kareem Lopez. Dope. He's a Mexican kid. Dope. We haven't even talked about Kareem Lopez. He is 6'8" point guard. He is dope. In any other draft, we'd be talking about him going top 7-ish. We haven't even mentioned his name at all. That's how good this draft is. If I'm Kareem, I'm playing another year with New Zealand. I'm not
How old is he?
thinking about going.
How
18.
old is he, Ron? So a kid. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking. He went to he's playing for the same team that LaMelo played for.
Okay.
And a couple other people played.
Dash Daniels is the same, yeah.
Yep, Dyson. You said Dash?
Dash should stay
That's
another year.
his brother. Yeah, that's
He should stay another year. That's another guy who should stay another year. Like he would get drafted in the lottery, but he should stay another year.
Yeah. And then last, Tunde Yusufu for Baylor.
Yep.
If I'm any of those guys that I just mentioned, if I'm not like guaranteed to go top 7 or 8 in this draft, I'm about to just chill because I have a potential to go top 3 next year.
And then, I mean, I think you could come back to school and it could hurt you. I mean, one of the guys who, I'm indirectly connected to, Pettiford, that's at Auburn.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, they went to the Final Four last year. So if he ends up putting his name in the draft, I mean, would he have been a top 15 pick? Quite possibly. But he ends up coming back this year, and he didn't have the year that he had last year. So considering what this draft is, Ron, if he put his name in the draft, he might not get drafted. But next year he comes back as a junior and he gets busy, he might be a top 10 pick again. He could very well be a top 10 pick again.
It's tricky and it's hard to, have the foresight of, if I come back and I do what I do this year and, you project yourself to get better, that I'll go higher up. My biggest thing though, too, is like, I'm under the belief that you're going to be what you're going to be as a pro. And so like, the thing I want to secure is a bigger deal and a longer deal. And we've talked about this plenty of times. A dude that gets drafted 17 isn't going to get the same type of love or have the same type of leash as a dude that gets picked top 3, because Mars has outlined this before. They want to get a return on their investment. So if you're a top 3 pick, they're going to give you ample opportunities. Like look at Scoot Henderson, for instance. He at least got how long is his contract with the Blazers?
I think this is Rook deal. I think his Rook deal is
I
up.
think next year will be the last year.
Years, right? Yeah.
And so Scoot's going to get another deal after that. It might not be with the Blazers, but he's going to get another deal after that just simply by being a number 2 pick.
But Ox, do you think as well, do you think we're at the stage where guys are also going to be going to the league from high school? Like, did Darren Peterson need to go to college this year?
I don't know.
I would love to see that come back, to be honest with you. I would.
I think that's probably saying.
I personally don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm just big on letting kids grow up. I think letting 17, 18-year-olds go straight to the NBA, it's work. Don't get me wrong. You got Kobe, Bron, Dwight, you know what I'm saying, KG, T-Mac. There's a bunch of guys that made it and they were successful with it. I personally don't really think it's a good idea, but that's just for a maturity standpoint and just age and just, getting older, being more, being smarter. I think at least a year or 2 of college really does a lot for you as far as development and just,
Ox, if you look at
sometimes I don't know about 18-year-olds just being being around 32-year-olds and having all that pressure.
That's what I was about to ask you.
A lot of if I'm 33, 32, and I got to deal with this little ass kid all day.
Which he is. Which exactly I'm that. I'm 18 years old. I'm a child.
Yeah, he's a baby. I'm just like that shit. I can see myself being like, bro, like I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's too risky. Where it's like you might have guys that aren't willing to help. That's like, bro, just try to get this kid away from me. Like he played too much. He, what I'm saying, TikTok dances and all that shit, man. Go to college, man. You know what I'm saying? Go there.
Do you think that is it? is it fair that some of these guys, maybe because it sounded to me like socially, not from an athletic standpoint, but socially, some of these guys need to mature. One of the guys that I was thinking about in particular, do you think that socially Bryant could have used a year, maybe 2 years of college, just socially?
I don't know, Chill. I can't say so for sure because I don't really know how Kobe Bryant was at that age.
Because from an athletic standpoint, I don't think he needed to go to school.
Yeah,
I think that he would have been wasting his time doing that.
From what I've seen, though, I think Kobe was one of those guys, like, you know, kind of like a tweener. It's like he might be too mature for people his age. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, he wanted, you know, he's like one of the pups that want to nip at the big dogs all day. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, I can't really say, but that's my point though, Chill. I think that it's very rare to find an 18-year-old that's mature enough to be around 30-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So that for those reasons, I'm like, why risk it? Why even if this kid is good enough, why put him in a potentially, you know, a potential disadvantage? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with 1 year of college? 2 years of college,
there's a Kwame Brown,
especially now that you can get some money now. It's like, you know, because that was the big thing. Oh, my mama got this, you know, my little sister, this and that. I got to feed, you know, whatever. Okay, cool. Now you can send some bread home. You can get money. You can boom send it. You know, you're good now. So for those reasons, I'm like, man, you might want to go. You might want to go be up under Bill Self for a year or two. Go get with Tom Izzo for a year or two. You know what I mean? I think that's good for development, but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just my opinion.
I do think that I do think that there's some guys who, like, school isn't necessary. Now, maybe from a social standpoint, maybe, because when you get to the pros, a lot of times there's nothing else going on outside of basketball. Like, you practice and you don't really have anything else, as opposed to school. Like, I got to go to class and I got to go to practice and I got to go to training table and I got to deal with, you know, the social issues that, and especially when I'm around other people my age, I think that could mature me. So maybe I could use school in that aspect. But then there are some guys who I just look at them and think to myself, you would be wasting your time going to school. I think Kevin Garnett would have been wasting his time going to school. I think James would have been wasting his time going to school. This kid, AJ DeBonsta, I think that socially, I think he is wasting his time. I think he wasted his time going to school. I don't think that he needed to be in school. I think he's a professional, and I think he should have been able to go to the NBA right out of high school because I think he was ready. There aren't many guys who I think are ready, but I think he's one of those guys who was ready to go right out of high school.
Mm-hmm. All right, fellas, we're going to get into the games from last night. Before we do that, we kind of have to address something that is a rumor that is supposed to be happening for a team that wears green this Friday. Word on the street is that Jason Tatum has circled his calendar to come back on Friday. I don't know how true this is. We haven't got any confirmations. I've just been seeing rumors. I've been seeing conversations. I've been seeing certain analysts and, you know, people in the basketball space throw this out there. Thoughts and feelings on this?
I'm one of those people, Ox, where, I mean, I can object to things, but once the decision has been made, this is what we're doing. Then, all right, this is what we're doing. This is how we rolling. So if Jason Tatum is coming back, then let's do it. Okay, I might not be all the way on board with it, but okay, let's do it. I'm ready to see what it is, what kind of minute restriction they're going to have him on. You obviously feel comfortable enough to put him out there because, you know, he's been playing 5-on-5. He got with the G League team. So I think that I think that if he's ready to go, because he said he wouldn't get out there unless he was ready. So if Friday's the day and he's ready, he says he's ready to go, let's do it. Let's do it.
So
whatever reservations I have, it doesn't make a difference.
We're in acceptance mode now, Chill, because it's going to happen, right? Because we got there's 6 weeks left in the season, whether it's Friday or the weekend or next week. It doesn't matter. He's coming back, right? So I think we're just in acceptance mode now. That's going to happen.
It sure sound like the East in trouble.
For real.
It sound like it's some trouble coming. Y'all better get ready.
Oh, we're going to find out. Yes, we are. We are going to find out. So if he's coming back, I'm no longer on the, he's going to get hurt again. No, I'm off that. If you're ready to rock and if you're getting out there, you're telling me that I'm ready to roll. So let's do it. No matter how much I object, no matter how my feelings were originally, you getting out there, I'm riding with you. Let's go. Now, I don't expect, don't get me wrong, Ox, I don't expect to, I don't know, April 25, Jason Tatum. I don't expect that guy. And I'm not doing that, Damian. However, if he's ready to go, let's do it.
But if he's remotely close to like what he was, like even if he's like 70%, like the Celtics can get out the East. Like, that's the crazy thing about this all, right? They weren't supposed to be here. Then you add a guy like him, and if he doesn't have to be 100%, he could be like 70, 75%, and they could still get out the East. That's how good they've played, man. And given all these other role players extra reps throughout the year to get comfortable.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, is that these other dudes have been playing high minutes, you know what I'm saying? High pressure minutes, the games they're winning. The best part of this is if they can really, really just let it happen, not force him. I'm saying, have games where he's playing 12 to 18 minutes, just getting out there, getting back the feel of it, getting guys used to each other again. Because if they see Atlanta or Orlando in the first round or one of those teams, they should be able to take care of those guys without Jason Tatum really playing heavy minutes. And then you get to that second round where it's like, okay, it's May now. I'm ready. You know what I mean? And now they knock off Toronto, knock off Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Because that's what it's going to take, Ox, to be honest with you. Because like when we're talking about ramping up minutes, like what are we looking at? 15, 20 minutes to start? Like he may play 10 minutes just to get him out there and just to get the feel of it. Okay, then as time goes on, that 10 minutes turns into, 15, 20 minutes. And we see how he's not going to play every night. I don't think he's going to play every night that they're playing. But I do think that he's going to play nights where, all right, let's see where he is. And he's going to play 15, 20 minutes. And then we're going to get to a point, Ox, I think before the playoffs, we're going to get to a point where, we got to take this thing on the highway and we got to see how it runs. We do. We got to take this thing on the highway and we got to step on the gas and we got to see how it runs. And we can't just wait till the playoffs for that to happen. Nah, we got to take her out on the highway and we got to run her to see what kind of effect that she's going to have.
We got to stretch her out, Chill.
Yes, we got to find out, Ox. We got to find out where we at. So I say that to say
you got to stretch her, Mark.
It's probably going to be closer to the end of the season when they still fighting for. I mean that because that 2 seed. I don't think they have that 2 seed wrapped up. I think that what are they 3 games ahead of the Knicks, something like that. If I'm not mistaken,
1.5 games ahead of the Knicks.
1.5 games, so 2.5 games ahead of Cleveland. So like they don't have that. They don't have that East 2 seed wrapped up. So. But I think the expectation, Ox, to your point, like you just said it, just getting Jason Tatum back, the East in trouble. This is what I'm talking about. Like, if that's the case, what does that mean in terms of him playing? Because the East ain't in trouble with Jason Tatum playing 10 minutes. No, they're not.
No, wait, chill. Make no mistake. The East already in trouble. The East already in trouble, but now they got JT back. Like. Chill. The Celtics are winning the East.
He can get to 25 minutes before the playoffs, Chill, if they ramp him. They're going to start at 15, 20. Then he's got 6 weeks to ramp up before the playoffs. The first round, he wouldn't have to play 30 a game anyway because they're going to have a light first round matchup, to Ox's point. Man, he could be at 27, 28 minutes by the second round. Now we're really talking.
Like this, you know who this really helps, though? It really helps, like, Derek White. It really, you know what I mean? It really helps. It really helps Big Vooch. It really helps Cade. Like it's not only what he brings for himself. It's the fact not only like you say, Chill. It's about, okay, I got my dog with me now, so it's like, okay, JT back now. Everybody else is like, shit, we really got the chance. Like, this is gonna up everybody's level of play. It's gonna open up the floor for Jaylen Brown a little more. It's gonna open, you know what I mean? And I think Jaylen Brown is already feeling himself for the season he's been having. Now it's like, okay, it's a little less attention paid to me now, and I'm already cooking. Now he really on that. So I just think this is great. I think, from just like a team standpoint, I'm excited to see how Peyton Pritchard reacts to a healthy Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's not gonna make them like Jason Tatum better. You know what I mean? It's gonna make them so much better. Everybody's gonna level
Just from their
up.
confidence.
Like,
I got my
yeah,
guy
like,
back.
oh,
I got my guy
man
back.
back.
Even
Like,
if he
you
ain't that nice, just the fact that he here, let's go.
Yeah, but you guys have all played. You guys have all played sports where it's like you might be overachieving a little bit in the team, and you're like, yeah, this team's cool and stuff. But then there comes like a penny drop moment where we're like, damn, like we could actually do something. Like the Boston, that's going to happen to the Boston Celtics. Like that's a real phenomenon that can happen, man. When someone of his caliber comes back.
Miles, I'm thinking about.
And on top of that too, though, I mean, how many teams have you been on? And I mean, this isn't something that happens like all the time, but I'm pretty sure you've been on teams where something happens. I don't know, and maybe somebody's gone or somebody's left, but it's somebody that you know that you vibe with. That's a real part of the team, and they walk into the gym or onto the field, and it's like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, you know, it's that's a different feeling, and that's one of those things that we can't discuss on and by analytics. That's something that we can't discuss on a chart. That's just something about the game that doesn't. It's there's no way to explain it. It's a feeling.
And Damian, I think that moment's already happened. Like I think this is a second moment of the Celtics. Like I think the Celtics, it's already clicked. Like, oh, yo, we actually are very good. And then now it's about to be another moment of, oh, damn, we actually got our all-NBA player back, first team all-NBA Jason Tatum back. Like, it's up. And then also, too, like Ox outlined a good point about, well, Damian said there's 6 weeks left in the season, and then you still have the first round and all of that. I'm looking at their schedule. So if he comes back Friday against Dallas, they don't have any back-to-backs. Well, they have one back-to-back, the 29th in Charlotte, and then they go to Atlanta the next night. But outside of that, like the way that the NBA season's set up, like it's not like he's playing multiple games in a day. This isn't high school. This isn't an AAU tournament. Like Jason Tatum has ample time to he could play twice a week, 3 times a week, and still be good. Like that's 2 or 3 days between a game is ample enough time for him if he's playing 10 to 15 minutes a night. Like he can essentially coast into the playoffs and comfortably come in ready to go. So like I don't think like they're not going to throw him out there and he's not going to start and play 30 minutes a night. Like
right, that's what I was. That was where I was going with that, Ron. Because like for example, Sunday, they got next week they got 4 games in a week. Now Cleveland on Sunday, San Antonio on Tuesday, Oklahoma City on Thursday, Washington on Saturday. Of those 4 games, which one does he not play in?
Which 2 does he not play in?
Okay, so which 2 does he not play in? Again,
San Antonio and OKC.
We in Cleveland on Sunday afternoon. We in San Antonio Tuesday night. We in Oklahoma City Thursday night, and then we back home Saturday night against Washington.
Yeah, I'm trying to play against Cleveland in Washington.
Well, no, because he's playing Dallas Friday too. If he does return Friday, I'd probably sit out Sunday Cleveland. I'd probably just do every other game. So play Dallas on Friday, sit out with Cleveland on Sunday, play at San Antonio on Tuesday, sit out OKC Thursday, play Washington Saturday. Wait
a second though, Ron. Chill. If we're trying to get this dude ready for the season, like why is he sitting out any games? It's just less, just lower the minutes. He just play 18 minutes a game. You know what I mean? Good recovery, do his PT, massages in the legs, calves, all of that, and go play basketball.
Because he's been an Iron Man, Ox. He plays like 90% of the games. This is
all about ramping up for the playoffs. So no, he doesn't play 35 minutes in these games, but it's okay. You play 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here. Get out there and play. Like we're trying to get you ready. Get your ankles, get your feet, get your Achilles, get your calves, get all that. Get those muscle fibers firing. Get him ready. Get ready to play. He should. I don't think he. Once again, I'm not a doctor. I mean, y'all know this. So I'm just saying it just makes sense to me in my brain that we get him out there and playing some basketball.
I don't see him missing that game Sunday against Cleveland. Nationally televised game. That's on ABC at 1:00. I think if he's going to play, Ron, to your point, if he's going to play on Friday, I definitely see him playing Sunday, nationally televised game at Cleveland. I think that's a not a statement game, but more of a where am I game, where am I? Mm-hmm. How far away am I in terms of being able to compete? Because if I'm going to be able to help us go deep into the playoffs, we're going to see dudes like this. right? We're gonna see teams like this. So I need
But
to
chill,
see
that's
where
what's
I
a
am.
fascinating thing. That's a fascinating thing. Like sports, like psychology or sports, so interesting. Like what happens if Boston starts like to end this regular season? They got to see the Thunder, the Spurs, Cleveland, and the Knicks, right? Like, what are you thinking if you're another Eastern Conference team and the Celtics are beating these teams with JT? Like, all of a sudden, you don't want to see the Celtics either.
Like they back. That's exactly what you're thinking.
Everybody's
You're thinking
like,
that
damn,
they back.
Damn.
Yeah, these dudes are back, and this is where we are with them. So, like I said, Ron, I had been objective to this the whole time. I really wasn't sure that he should play, but if he coming back, let's do it. Let's go.
Another part of that too, just the psychology of it, Damien, too, is, and another reason why I'm against the sitting out all those games is to let your body, let your brain remember, like, oh, you can't play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you can play. And again, it might only be 15 minutes, but getting out there and seeing that OKC crowd, seeing that San Antonio crowd, seeing your home crowd, touching these other floors, just reminding yourself, because he's been to all these places plenty of times already. Yeah. So just getting that back, getting your mental back prepared. Like, I am an NBA basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I am still a hooper. I can still do this. You know what I mean? And just the muscle memory, running up and down the floor here, and potentially, because like JT gets a lot of love around the country, like around in a lot of places. Like a lot of kids that I see are huge JT fans. My son is a huge JT fan. You know what I'm saying? And like seeing kids in Jason Tatum jerseys around in other arenas and stuff. I think that's good for you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I think that's all going to be good for him to go see that. Hey, watch out.
All right, let's go ahead and get into these games from last night. We are now entering our fast breakdown segment. We had a good slate of games last night. We're going to run through these and talk about what happened in the games, who got busy, who won, who lost, and what teams' records are. So first, we're going to start with the first game of the night. We had the Detroit Pistons against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers handled the Pistons by a score of 113-109. Cade Cunningham, we talked about him earlier today. He's the title of the show. He got player of the month for the month of February. However, he did not have a good game last night. He was 4 for 16 from the field. He did have 14 assists, 6 rebounds, but only had 10 points and also had 5 turnovers. Jalen Duren, on the other hand, 24 points, 14 rebounds. He had a pretty big game. Only shot 9 shots. He was 7 of 9 from the field, 10 for 14 from the free throw line. On the other end, Evan Mobley had 18 points, 5 rebounds. Jalen Tyson, shout out Jalen Tyson, 22 points. He started in place of Donovan Mitchell. And James Harden, he didn't really shoot it the best, but he had 18 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds.
They did something wrong last night watching that Detroit lineup. This was when, and I don't think that you guys would ever agree to have this lineup on the floor. So Coach Atkinson went with Merrill, Tyson, Porter, Sam Merrill, Tyson, Porter, Bryant, and there was one other guy he went with. And they actually made Detroit play defense for stretches. Like, it wasn't one shot, one pass, and a shot. The shot clock was actually getting down to 5 and 4 seconds. Schroeder, that's who the other guy was on the floor, was Schroeder. They made them play defense, and it was interesting how they were mismatch hunting. And like we get Schroeder on Tobias Harris, and he would just take Tobias Harris. We'd get Tyson on, we get Beef Stew on Tyson, and Tyson would drag him in terms of being away from the basket. He'd be 30 feet away from the basket and then just take him to the hole. And I thought that was really good on his part. When I think about Cleveland's defense, I'd like to see Evan Mobley rebound more than what I saw last night. I do think that some of the physicality, I do think that he matched it, and I thought he did a great job in running the floor and getting out in the open floor and running to the basket. But I'd like to see him get on the glass more. I think that that's going to be the difference in them winning games. Jared Allen was great last night. He said that knee injury, no big deal. He just bumped knees, so it wasn't that big deal. He said he'd be fine. But I like what I saw from Cleveland last night against Detroit. I do.
But chill, remember when I said last week that Cleveland, especially against someone like Detroit, need to find different ways to win? Mm-hmm. Last night, when they're deploying that very small guard-heavy lineup, that is something that they can throw out there and junk up the game a little bit and try and create advantages. So I thought it was very good from Kenny Atkinson. I was also very happy to see Mobley hit that big three at the end of the game.
That was huge. He wouldn't have took that 2 years ago. He would not have.
That's what I'm saying. That they're the big moments that you need to see from guys where because the whole game, when you watch a game, you can go through the motions of the game, but then there's certain moments, right? And when Mobley hit that three, it's like, okay, maybe he can do this when it matters most, sort of thing. So that was a big moment for him. And Dennis has been massive for them. Like, I know you said it before, Chill, but like without Donovan Mitchell, Schroeder as a steady presence at the end of games, making timely shots, getting to the free throw line, getting them organized in their offense. He's been massive, man. He's just that type of glue guy for them. He's been really good.
All right, fellas, the next game that we are going to talk about is.
So, Ron, you ain't even going to ask this dude how he felt about the game last night? You ain't even going to ask him. So, like, Mars is just up here for, like, decoration? Is that why he here?
Well, I mean, chill.
Is Mars the glass on the rim?
I'm here for the people to look at. You know, they gotta have something to look at.
Yeah, he's just a nice little ornament right here on the.
Is that okay? All right, I got you.
We got other games to talk about.
Sure, let's do it.
Mars could jump in on this next one, if he so pleases. But we have the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. The Knicks went on a late 16-2 run, hit the win by a score of 111-95. In this game, Jalen Brunson had a game high. Well, no, he had a high for the Knicks. 26 points, 10 assists. Karl Anthony Towns also got busy. 21 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. That was pretty much that for the Knicks. For the Raptors, Brandon Ingram actually had the game high with 31 points. Scotty Barnes didn't really have the best offensive game, only 14 points. He did have 3 steals, however, and RJ Barrett also had 20 points.
Did I read a stat correctly where Scotty Barnes hadn't scored 20 points or more in like 20 games straight or something crazy like that?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, it's been that long.
Maybe it's not 20 games. Maybe it was like 9 or 10 games. But I think that he's got like a streak going on at the moment.
It sounds like we need to be taking a lesson on Scotty. Maybe I need to get off a certain.
Hey,
he's got some sort of streak going. I forget how many games it was. But
the Leicester is he really the Leicester, Ron?
All right, so no.
The last time he scored 20 was February 8th.
Yeah, he had 20, 25, and then he had 22 2 nights before that. So no, that's
been a month. So it's been a month, Chill.
Yes, sir.
It's been 6 games.
Yeah,
a month.
It has only been 6 games though.
Still.
Okay. So he's on a 6 games. Okay.
I thought the Knicks did a good job. I thought the Knicks did a good job in blitzing him. I thought that they did a good job in getting the ball out of his hands and making other guys make shots. When I watch Toronto, I still feel like they are a 5-man away from really challenging in the East. And I don't mean Rudy Gobert. I don't think that they like Anthony Davis. I don't think they need to be that good, but I think that they need a viable 5-man, a guy that I can dump the ball into and get a bucket, a guy who can drag the defense away from the basket and knock down a shot and can get on the glass and hold teams to 1 possession. If I could get that in Toronto, and I'm not asking Mars, I'm not asking for it.
Well, big in the league that's not an all-star can do that.
Let's see.
No. Let's think about it. Can give the ball on the block, get a bucket,
just a bucket,
shoot the ball, and is an elite rebounder. Name one all-star who's doing that.
And I didn't say elite. I just said a guy who can stop plays, a guy who can get on the glass and help us rebound. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for an A guy. I'm not looking for Zubac, right? Well, actually, yeah, somebody like Zubac. Let's say like a guy like Zubac. I think somebody like that. I think that he could really help them. A guy like Zubac.
So an all-star caliber big.
Yeah, an all-star caliber big. How about that? Not an all NBA big. So let's get to the bottom of that. Not an all NBA big, but an all-star.
You're right about
big.
that.
Yes.
They need a big man.
Yeah, well, shout out to the Knicks. They took care of the Raptors. The Raptors are currently 5th in the East at 35-26. The Knicks are 40-22. They got their 40th win of the season last night. Shout out to the Knicks. We'll see what these two teams continue to do. But moving along to the next game.
Cleveland got to keep winning, Ron. Cleveland got to keep winning because they got to get in that 3 spot because I do not like that matchup against Toronto in round 1. I don't like it.
Cleveland, Toronto?
I don't like it at all. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it, to be honest with you. And I've said this to you guys countless times. Teams duck smoke all the time. I'm ducking this smoke. Yes, I'm getting out that 4 spot. Yes, I'm trying to get to the 3 spot so I don't have to see Toronto in round 1. Yes.
All right, the next game that we're going to talk about is by way of the best team in the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder took care of the Chicago Bulls, not surprising, in Chicago, and they did it without SGA. They did it without J-Dub, and they did it without iHeart. The Thunder won by a score of 116 to 108. In this game, off the bench, Jared McCain had 20 points. Off the bench, Jalen Williams, not J-Dub. Jalen Williams had 17 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. Chet Holmgren had 12 points, 11 rebounds, and Isaiah Joe had 19 points, and he started as well. The Thunder wrote out a starting lineup of Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Chet Holmgren.
All I'm going to say is activate the tank.
The Bulls are 1-9 in their last 10.
The tank has been activated.
Fully activated.
That's all I got. And Matas and Josh Giddey got hurt yesterday. The tank has been activated.
Josh Giddey got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So activate the tank. Yes, sir. The Bulls shouldn't. Yeah, I understand that we care about the fans and putting out a product that's worthy, but the Bulls really shouldn't be trying to win games. No.
You want to see AJ in Chicago too?
I really don't, to be honest with you. No, I don't. I really don't want to see him in Chicago. I don't. No.
So Giddey and Matas both sprained their ankles last night?
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
But chill. I want to see AJ. I want AJ to. AJ gotta be in Chicago.
Chicago? So him and Matas?
Yes. I wouldn't be mad at Darren either.
He's gonna be the best bull ever.
I think I
actually like AJ in Indiana, to be honest with you. Love him in Indiana.
Yeah. It's just like we need the Bulls back good again.
We do need the Bulls back good again.
I'm
yes, we
keep
do.
saying
Yes,
it. Like
yeah.
I would love to see.
Yes, we do.
Either Darren or AJ with Matas moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that. I think that's an amazing 1-2 punch for the foreseeable future. Chicago deserves this. The NBA needs this.
I don't hate it. I don't.
Facts.
I don't hate it, Ron.
But yeah, Chicago keeps losing and Oklahoma City keeps winning. You have a tale of two different stories. The Bulls
the Bulls are so bad. They are so bad. It's incredible how bad they are, right? At least I feel like there's other teams in the league that are bad but are actually competitive. And there's a game that we're going to get to with, New Orleans and the Lakers. New Orleans actually, as bad as they are, they compete. Like the Bulls are just bad.
You can make a case, Chill, that they have the worst outlook out of any bottom team in the East. So I'm like some people there's a whole cohort of people that would have Washington, Brooklyn, and Indiana's situation over Chicago's moving forward.
Which is kind of crazy too, because you got a really good lead guard. You got Matas, who's actually developing into a good player. You got something to build on there. Now, the question is can you get it right in the draft this year, right? Can you get it right in the draft, and can you turn whomever you end up picking, whether it's the Bonster, Peterson, this kid Wilson, or Boozer, can you I'm assuming that the Bulls end up with a top 4 pick. I'm assuming that. I'm assuming the Bulls end up with a top 4 pick. Can you turn these guys into viable players and get off of the guys that you have? Pat Williams got to go. There's no reason to have him on your roster anymore. He is not viable for what you're trying to do. You already got off of Vooch. I'm not sure what you're doing with Anthony Simons. You do have some building blocks. What's the plan moving forward? The plan is to build around these two guys, get a good player in the draft, and continue to build. I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
All right, the next game that we have is and shout out to the Thunder. They got their 48th win last night, so they are 2 wins away from the big 50, and they will be the first team to get 50.
Where we at with them, Ron, in terms of a win pace? Where are we with them as of right now? Because we got about a month left in the regular season. Where are we with them?
So the Thunder right
55,
now,
something like that, close to 60 wins.
They
They're
are
at
on
48.
a
They're at 48 at the moment. Yeah,
62 game winning streak.
62, yeah,
62.
win pace.
Okay, 62 games.
a lot of wins, man.
Trash, yeah.
A far cry from the 75 I had them winning when they were 24 and 0. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
they fell off.
You weren't the only one, but to be fair,
Damn. I didn't think they were going to lose a game for like 2 or 3 months.
I mean,
was like, yo, this team is
they
rolling.
still could hit it as long as they,
They'd have to win every
Yeah,
game.
they could hit 75 games with their 15 losses.
No, I'm saying they still could they still could get up there. But the next game that we have is the Memphis Grizzlies and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Wolves won by a score of 117-110, and the Wolves are on a 4-game winning streak, and they just jumped the Denver Nuggets in the standings. They are 39-23. They are the 4th seed in the West. The Nuggets are 38-24. So the Wolves are now ahead of the Nuggets. Last night, what had happened was a man named Anthony Edwards pulled his belt out and went crazy.
Yeah.
He had 41 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals as well. That's what Anthony Edwards did. Julius Randle, 23 points, 11 rebounds. And on the other end for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jalen Wells had 19 points, and that was pretty much that for the Grizzlies. Thoughts on this game?
I see what you guys are looking at when you watch Anthony Edwards. I do. I see it. I'll be lying if I said I didn't see it. I see exactly what it is you guys are looking at, where he asks for the ball. He had a play last night where he asked for the ball. It was around the mid post. He looks so much more confident and comfortable in that space today than he did 2 years ago. He had another play, and he ended up making a turnaround. It was on the left side of the floor. He ended up making a turnaround. And he had another play. It was on the right side of the floor. It was in the second quarter where he had gotten the ball. It was right around the elbow, and he had faced up on Jalen Wells, jabbed him, and took a step and knocked down a shot. He just looks so much more he looks so much more comfortable in his offense today than he did even a year ago, right? Even a year ago. So I see what it is that you guys are looking at, right? I 100% see what you guys are looking at. So
Dosunmu giving them 28 minutes off the bench. He was good last night as well. And good to see Kyle Anderson back there after a few years. He got a great reception. I think he can be good for them. And did you see Rudy Gobert's comments about his arrival? About they haven't had anyone that's passing the ball for a few years. So little dig to maybe Ant and others, but
Mars, you can't pass me the ball around the rim. I'm not completely useless, just so we clear. I'm not completely useless. I can make a dunk.
Someone else can pass it to him.
Yeah, I can do that, Mars. I'm not completely useless around the rim.
I'll find out when someone else passes you the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna do.
I'm not completely useless. I can catch them. I might not catch it all the time, but I can catch it around the rim, and I can dunk the basketball. So yes, I can do that, no doubt. Mm-hmm.
If Ant goes crazy this postseason, chill. Is there a world that exists where after this postseason he's considered the best in the world? After the season he's
player in the world. I mean,
like if this Timberwolves team gets to the finals somehow because they feel like they're ramping up, I think Ant's gonna be in that conversation, man. He's had the regular season he's had has been.
I do think that I could get with that. Yeah, I could get with us having a legit not him being the best player, but I think him moving up to like
and being in that's what I mean, being in that conversation.
Like I think he would solidify himself as a top 5 player, and I don't think it would be a question. And like the postseason matters.
So who's out the top 5? Luka.
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
It could happen. It could happen, Moss.
It's already happened for most people. I'm not.
It could very well happen. So, and he may, because you guys know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. I still think he's the best 2 guard in the game. But I mean, if we get another postseason like we had last year, and then Ant Edwards gets busy in this postseason, and they go deep in the playoffs again, yeah, I would have to concede that. I would have to concede that.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you mean by go crazy though, Damian. Like it can't be like an easy second round exit. It has to be like a tough Western Conference loss or get into the finals, and it has to be, you know what I mean, and it has to be one of those real performances though, where it's like just straight kill. You know what I mean? And obviously, you know, you're gonna you got to win 12 games to get there, right? Got to win 12. So let's say it takes 17 games, right? Of those 17, I need 14, really good ones. We can't have Nas and Julius carrying through any series. You know what I'm saying? I need real output from you, and we like a dominant showing.
That's what I
So
mean.
if we are like the playoffs started today, they'd see Minnesota and they'd see Denver in round 1. Like he ends up serving them. And when I say serving them, I'm looking at like 28 a game on really 28, 5 and 5 on really good efficiency. And they beat Minnesota. I mean, they beat Denver in 6 games. And then they see San Antonio in the semifinals and he just kicks their ass. He gives me like 30, 35 a game.
Well, chill. You know how I feel about the playoffs and efficiency.
Sure.
When it comes to playoff time, I'm not tripping off the efficiency when it comes to playoff time because in the playoffs it's about winning the basketball game. So if you got to shoot a lot to score a lot,
fuck it,
shoot the ball. Get them up. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
Get them up. And so I'm not tripping off. I'm not tripping off what anybody's true shooting is in these playoff series if they're winning the basketball games. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I think that because we're talking about being the best player in the world or being in that conversation, this is what kind of I feel like that's what kind of effort it's going to take. Like 22, 23 a game, 24, 25 a game. That ain't enough. Right? And on good efficiency, 25, 5 and 5 and no, that's not enough. Nah, that level he averaging almost 30 a game for the season. And when we get to the playoffs, if I could get that, if I don't get something similar to that in the playoffs, then even if they are winning, I mean, how can I talk about him like that?
Chill. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Chuck. But if he's getting to the Western Conference Finals or getting to the finals, I need like 4 or 5 games where Ant shoots like 30 shots.
You can't score if you don't shoot the basketball.
You know what I'm saying? I need some 30-shot games from Ant. You know what I mean? Like I need you to let it be known, like, nah, I'm on my Kobe right now. Like I'm getting these shots up. We're gonna win on my shoulders.
I mean, that year they lost to the Lakers.
Not leaving nothing up to chance, chill. Nothing.
Yeah.
Go get it.
I liked what I saw from him when they played against the Lakers in 23. Didn't he average something like 31 a game, something like that? Like 32 a game against the Lakers that year? And then when they ended up going to the West Finals the next year in 24, I don't know what he averaged in the playoffs that year. I think he averaged something like 26, 27 a game. So if we're talking about being the best player or being in that conversation, like we have to have you as, an elite bucket getter. I think you got to do a lot of stuff in order for you to get into that conversation. And I need to see you take a series over. I need to see that. I need to see us win off the strength of you. Because I've seen that with Donovan Mitchell. I have.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, Moss. And when they beat
Orlando, I know.
It did happen. Yes, that did.
Shoot it till you break it.
Yes, sir.
All right, the next game that we got is the Washington Wizards and the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
The Magic beat the Wizards by a score of 126-109. And as of right now, the Magic are in the play-in.
Yep.
They're on the verge of being the 6th seed, but as of right now, they're the 7th seed. They're 32-28. Philly is the 6th seed. They're 33-28. So they're just a half game back from Philly. But in this game, Paolo Banchero went off. He had 37 points. 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Paulo was putting the ball in the bucket. Desmond Bane also had 25 points for the Magic. As for the Wizards, the tank is still, doing what it's doing.
Can you straighten me out about Desmond Bane? I really don't know what to do with this dude.
Knowledge he's good.
Yeah, he is, Mars, but I really don't know what to do with him because like he got this short shot and like he ain't super nice with the peel, but he gets buckets. He's really ridiculous in terms of trying to get around because he will play some deep. I don't know what to do with him. I really don't.
Oh, dude, just say Desmond Bane good. There you go.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, he good. Maybe
maybe that's just it.
It's the reason why he got traded for what he got traded for.
Yeah.
Even though it was an overpay, but like Desmond can hoop.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that simple. That boy nice. And shout out to Paolo.
Yeah.
Paolo's been, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the last game that we're going to talk about is the Lakers and the Pelicans. The Lakers beat the Pelicans by a score of 110 to 101. The usual suspects got busy for the Lakers. Luka Doncic, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 turnovers, though. LeBron James, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks. Austin Reeves didn't really have the best game. He had 15 points, 8 rebounds. And as for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson had 24 points. Trey Murphy had 21 points. And DeJounte Murray is back in the starting lineup. He had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists last night in 27 minutes.
Win the games you're supposed to win, Ron. That's really it.
14. This game was close though. Like this game came down the Lakers were down 3. They went on like a 14-0 run to like close it, and it looked like it was comfortable. It was not comfortable.
It was not. But win the games that you're supposed to win. That I think that's the most important part with the Lakers. It doesn't look great. They're not going to blow you away with how awesome they are in terms of athleticism. And I saw it yesterday, watching them go up against New Orleans. When they run up on a team that got athletes and they get up and down the floor, the Lakers really, really struggle. And I don't think that I'm saying anything that's new. When the Lakers run up on a team in the playoffs that got dudes who run fast and jump high, they are going to get smoked. I just feel like that. So
I knew it was going to be a long night when I saw the starting lineup of Bay, Williamson, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and DeJounte, because they're going to get up and down. I knew it was going to be a close game. They got no athletes, man, on the Lakers that can keep up. They just had too much talent, but they're beating the teams they're supposed to, I guess.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ron, I mean, when this summer there's going to be a high demand for Sadiq Bey. Like, I really like his game. I've always liked his game. When he tore his knee up, like a lot of people ended up being out on him, but super strong, real good catch and shoot guy. Like his game on the box, could finish around the rim, will defend. I think there's gonna be some people after him. Yes, definitely gonna be some people after him.
Yeah, he's solid.
All right, fellas. Well, this is a good time if you're in the chat to lock in and get your tickets to our live show in Portland. Yeah, that is right. The panel will be live and in full effect in Portland, Oregon, but we won't just be in Portland specifically. We will be in the MODA Center specifically. We will be in the arena on the floor for a couple different things. First off, we're going to do a live show. That's right. The panel live in person. You guys get the same experience as you're getting right now, except you get to just be there with us. It's going to be our first live show ever open to the public, and you guys have an opportunity to join. You can grab your tickets by clicking the link in the bio, and you'll be able to see what type of tickets you can get. However, when you get your tickets, you get access to our live show. We'll do a meet and greet afterwards, and I'll kick it. And then we will go watch the Blazers play the Clippers. And then we will go to the after party. Right, Ox? And then if you have what it really takes to make it through the after party, we'll go to the after party You feel me, Mars? And so all of that to say, you guys make sure to grab your tickets. April 10th. This is going to be a hell of an experience. It's going to be a hell of a night, and it's going to be an awesome time for us to collaborate and link up and, just mingle with our viewers, with our fans, with our followers, and all of that good stuff. You guys pull up and get your Chill Town autograph. You might not be able to get it outside of this.
Stop, yo. This dude's...
Hey, man, chill. Chill. You're the lead singer.
Bring your pen, Chill.
There's only one Beyonce in Destiny's Child.
I also sing background too, so I know how to get behind the microphone and pass the microphone. So I ain't the only one.
Stay your ass on them drums.
Yeah, that's what I do. Travis Barker. I get busy on the drums.
I can't wait to get to Portland because I got a big fella out in Portland who know the town, so he gonna show me around. So no doubt.
Have a great time. And the weather's gonna be nice too.
On top of that, yes,
sir. The only thing that's nice.
What's the weather like, Ox?
Well, right now it's not good, but next month it'll be much better.
All right. Well, in the meantime, fellas, we got some super chats. The first
Let's
one
do it.
from DTA Smooth. DTA said, I think people underestimate how little playoff experience the Spurs have. De'Aaron Fox is supposed to be the vet of the squad, and he has less experience than a rookie Chet Holmgren. That's concerning.
Okay.
Yeah.
They also got Luke Cornett, who was on that team that won the NBA championship. They got Harrison Barnes, who also was on that team that won the NBA championship. So it's not like they don't have nobody over there that has some playoff experience. They do have some guys that have some playoff experience over there. So
Kai's World sent through a super chat and said, remember Ant this season is averaging 30 on 72% at the rim, 44 from mid-range, and 40% from three. He has been the best three-level scorer in the game. But because Luka can pass, apparently he's a tier over Ant. Has Ant been the best three-level scorer
this season?
Yeah.
Sure. I think you can make a solid case he has. I think so. I think you can make a solid case he has. Whether he's a better offensive player than Luke is a different story. But as a bucket getter, sure.
I'm just starting to realize I just don't know ball.
They've been trying to tell you that. They've been
I
trying to
know.
tell
I don't
you
watch
that.
basketball, Ox. I don't watch basketball. I don't know basketball. I don't know nothing.
Mars,
What do you
I'm
mean, Ox? What do you
hard-headed.
mean?
Mars, I'm hard-headed. I didn't listen to the people. They be in comments trying to say Ox don't know shit. They be telling me in the live chat, Ox, you don't know ball. And I'm really starting to wrap my head around it, Damien. I don't know ball.
Clearly.
What do you mean?
I
Though?
just don't. Because I'm not impressed, and I have never been impressed with this Luka passing shit. I'm sorry. I just don't know what I'm looking at. I just don't know what I'm looking at.
No, I've heard that. I've heard that as well, where he passes by necessity. He doesn't pass by intention. I can get with that.
And yeah, I've said that a long time ago about Luka's passing and how overrated it is and how, he's a grenade launcher and all this and that. But then I was watching it like maybe 2 weeks ago. I forget who they were playing. But I'm talking about Doris Burke and old boy. They was on there like, hey, look at the skip pass. Like, bruh, what are we doing right now? You're telling me I shouldn't be able to throw it from one elbow, from one wing to the other wing to a wide open?
Though. It looked different when Luka do it. It's not that.
It don't look different. Chill. He's
getting
double.
Joker does it.
Chill. He's getting double teamed. He's getting double teams right here. There's a guy in the strong corner. There's a big roll into the basket. Of course, there's going to be somebody wide open on the other side of the basketball court. And I'm seeing Luka Doncic just throw an overhead pass to a wide open Jake LaRavia. And I'm supposed to say, wow. Like, Doris, if you don't calm your ass down.
The reason why Ox is because it's not the skip pass, it's the knowing that I'm supposed to throw a skip pass when I get doubled. It's not just me skipping the ball from one end of the floor.
What is this?
The
The eighth grade?
On the money, on the money. I'm not this the know-how to see him on the other side of the floor and see the defense shifting. That's what makes it even better.
He is a good passer. Like, he is an all-time passer.
Yes, he is.
It's the processing, the court processing, the court mapping.
The court processing of what? Of understanding that I'm getting double teamed and somebody's open? Damn it, we learned that in the 6th grade.
I hear you. There's too much glazing going on, is what you're saying, bro.
But he learned it in Europe, so it's different.
He's an all-time passer.
In mind you, I've seen Luka make some good passes, but a lot of this shit, it's not really glazable.
Are you more impressed with Luka's passing or Jokic's passing?
Jokic.
Okay.
And even that shit is super high.
Because he's 7 foot tall.
Who's the best passer in the league right now? In your
Today, March of 2026.
Who's the most impressive passer?
Who is the most impressive? Who is the best distributor in the league today, Ox?
I don't know. I think those. So this is my thing. I think these guys are all good passers. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
It's just that some of the shit is just like we got to relax a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But
We gotta
you, but
relax
Ox,
a
you
little
valued like passing like Rondo, for example, where he was like can be a little bit undersized, had big hands, could make passes that you thought he couldn't make. Like that's what you valued, right?
bit. Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my thing is, I like just regular stuff. Like, I like the basics of basketball. So it's not like I'm not trying to put it down. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the glaze in Luka Doncic's passing. I've seen Luka make some great passes. I've seen Jokic make some great passes. Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? Trae Young be making some passes. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese Halliburton. These dudes pass, you know what I'm saying? They passing the ball. Like,
as a distributor today, Ox, who you taking, Cade Cunningham or Luka? Today.
I'll go either way. I'll go either way. I'll take Luka. I'll go either way with that one. I think it goes either way. But Cade, and I was saying this, remember last year after, because I know y'all had already spoke on it, and I was probably a little late to the party. I see when Cade is kind of probing those pick and rolls and getting in the teeth of the defense. He got a lot of Luka in him.
Yeah,
like they both make those really good passes. I like it, but I'll take Luka over Cade for now. You know
who are you taking today, Ox? Luka or James Harden as a distributor?
Oh shit. I'm saying, give me James Harden.
You're taking James Harden over Luka today. You like him as a distributor over him. Do you like him as a distributor over Joker?
Nah, Joker's dope.
So Joker's a better distributor.
Joker is dope. Joker got it. But my thing with that is the only thing with Joker is, and it's not a knock. It's not a knock because I don't want to bring somebody down because somebody's lifting them up. That's not what I want to do.
Sure.
But what I do want to say is I've never been like, I don't think it's harder to pass because you're tall. If anything, I think you're seeing better angles.
You still got to process though. Just because you're bigger, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to do that. I mean, it does give you an advantage because you're taller. Absolutely. I ain't gonna argue that point, but I still got to be able to process the defense, and I still got to be able to get the basketball there, which actually leads me to my next point. Like, we talk about like some of the better distributors in the game. Like today, is SGA a better passer than Luka?
No.
Okay.
Hell no, he's not even in that conversation.
So he ain't even in that conversation. At his best, Ox, what's the gap between Luka and Russ?
At his best, I mean, Russ just more elementary with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is there. I mean, I don't know. I can't say for sure, chill. I can't.
Ron, at his best, Ron, what's the gap between Luka and Russ? At his best, a
conversation, man.
So you think Russ is a better passer than Luka at his best? When Russ is at his best as a distributor, you think he a better distributor than Luka?
It ain't nothing to talk about, man.
It's just different. It's different, chill. It's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different way of getting it done. Like Russ is using his speed and athleticism to manipulate and move the defense around, where Luka's kind of more slower and methodical and needing his teammates to kind of move without the ball a little bit more. So it's just different ways, I think.
Ox, I do want to rewind though. And you get mad because you say people are overglazing passing and stuff like that.
I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that I just realized I don't know ball.
But my thing is, you do this a lot.
Turns out I don't know.
You definitely know ball, by the way.
You do this a lot. Like when somebody makes a move, like I'll send somebody making a move, and I'll send it to the group chat. You'll be like, "Oh, Ron, what are you hyping that for? That's basic shit. That's simple shit." My thing is, whether we might disagree, you might think it's simple, I might think it's complex. Wherever it lies, simple shit can get hyped in basketball. Like somebody can come through and just throw a simple bounce pass through the lane, and I'll hype that because that was a good pass. Was it the best pass ever? No, but that was a dime though. That was a good ass pass.
Right.
I will hype somebody when they do stuff. Like I think it was AJ DeBanza I sent through something where he was just getting to the mid. He was simply just getting to the mid range, getting to his spot and pulling up. And I was like, I like seeing that from AJ because that's showing me what he's gonna be able to do at the next level. Was it basic shit? Debatable. But I'm still going to hype it because that's something that was nice. That was a good basketball play. Sometimes I think simple, basic shit can get hyped. Like we
we don't want to
simple
sell
basic
Luka
shit.
short though. We don't want to sell Luka short. Like he is like a genius offensive player. Like there is something to be said about being able to make every single read when you get doubled or blitzed and things. Like it's not. I agree with you, Oxter. Like standing at 6'8" and throwing like a simple overhead pass, like it can get glazed, but like we don't also want to sell him short. Like he is an all-time passer and playmaker. Like I don't
mean to sell him short, and I think genius is a stretch. But I mean, Ron, I think basic shit should be hyped. I think basic shit should be appreciated. When I said Russ was elementary, like people lost it for like 2 weeks over that, and I didn't mean any disrespect. I think simple basketball is amazing, but you know, like we've all been around hoop for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I've been around basketball for 30 years. I'm not seeing nothing new. Like this shit is I'm not mind blown by shit I've been seeing for a long time. It's like, oh, that's dope. Like, okay.
And that's cool. Paulo Banchero threw a behind the back pass last night to a wide open dude in the corner, and he knocked down a three. I'm going to hype that pass today as the same time when I see my first behind the back pass when I was 8 years old. It was a spectacular pass. A behind the back pass is like that, the degree of difficulty is higher than just a regular chest pass. And when you get into the lane and find a guy, like that's a dope ass pass.
How about when guys give it to you right on the same?
I'm hype it when I'm 48.
All right. Now, you know, for me, Ron, I think maybe I just need to stop watching basketball for a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Cleanse my palate.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, let me help you.
Come back, and then I'll be excited again.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, I'm out on DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, damn.
Dude asking to be out the league. If you want to be in a bigger role, then excel in your current role first, which you're not. You still got to rebound and defend, not just score.
That's the way that works. That is the way that works. And I think the biggest problem that we having with DeAndre Ayton is the fact that the complaining that we have about him, or not just us, but that people have about him, it's the same thing going on in different places. Like he actually wasn't terrible last night as a bucket getter. I mean, he only took 8 shots, but I mean, the shots that he ended up getting, I mean, I felt like they were good shots and he converted on them. But like he thinks that they should be running the offense through him. That's what he thinks. He doesn't think that. He thinks that. You got it.
I know you just saw that comment, Jill, but
you got it.
I think DeAndre Ayton is the perfect example of why like competitive will, hunger, desire matter so much in sports, man.
Yeah.
Like when you watch a guy like that can be so talented, those variables that we incorporate into athletes are so underrated, man. Like how much a guy wants it out there, how much he's willing to compete, put his body on the line, like just go and get rebound. Like so much of that is so underrated, especially in big men, where like DeAndre Ayton doesn't have a motor. Like he doesn't have you got no energy out there on the floor, man.
Yeah.
Like Jackson Hayes, you're looking at Jackson Hayes finishing games, Chill, and he's significantly less talented than DeAndre Ayton, but he's 100% more effective. And it's
if DeAndre Ayton if DeAndre Ayton played more, right? I feel like if DeAndre Ayton played more he does have a motor, it's just not a high motor. Like he will run, he just won't run consistently. Like he will rebound, he just won't rebound consistently. He can score it, he just doesn't give you that on the regular. Like I've seen 20-10 games from him. I've seen 25-15 games from him, but they're far and few between off the strength that he doesn't give you that energy every night. And I'm thinking to myself, is there something wrong with him? Can he not do that every night? Because it's obvious that he can score. It's obvious that he can rebound. It's obvious that he can block shots. He doesn't get to the free throw line either, which makes me nuts about him, right? So with that being said, is there something wrong with him that you can't do this every night? Like, why can't you run the floor every night? I ain't saying that, you got to be you got to have a Kevin Garnett motor. No, I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that you got to be a beast in the paint like Shaq. I'm not, because that's not your makeup. But we shouldn't be questioning whether you can play hard every night. That's the thing that I'm having a problem with when it comes to him. Like, I can't get that. I can't get that same effort that I got from you when I saw 25 and 15 or when I saw 21 and 13. Like, why can't I get that effort that you put in to get that every night? Even if you're not giving me those numbers, why can't I get that effort every night?
The thing that's frustrating as an ex-athlete as well is like guys kill for what DeAndre Ayton has, which is like talent. The other stuff should come as a prerequisite, like their effort, the heart, the desire, the ability to go out and just leave it all out on the floor. Like guys would kill for what he has, but they just work but they have to work to try and make up some of that talent gap. But he's got the talent. He just doesn't have any of those sort of like intangible stuff you need from a big man. It's very disappointing, man.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell for me.
All right, the next super chat is from King Bo. King Bo said the Sixers are horrible and they definitely could use what Jared McCain is doing off the bench for my Thunder. Thank you again, Philly, for ISO Joe also.
Ox, you know, I mean, not you in particular, because I don't want to use you in this situation. You know that guy that got his main chick, and she's dope, right? She's super dope. But he got a side chick who's also dope, but she could be the main chick. And now you put yourself in a space where I got to make a decision because I can't just have her as the side chick. She ain't just going to play that role. I feel like with Jared McCain, that's where it was ultimately going to end up. Like, he wasn't just going to continue to be a backup. We were going to start to have conversations as he got better. Like, who should be starting? Even though I do think Tyrese Maxey is better than him, like, should he be starting? Should he get out of there? Should he play somewhere else? Should he be on a crew leading that crew? Should he be doing that? And I feel like, yeah, Philly might have handed him over for a bucket of extra crispy and a six-pack. I'm not going to argue that point. But I do think that he had to go.
Yeah, I could see that. I can't relate to that situation. Never been there. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. But I could see how that could be, you know, the case there. And you know, you see that a lot with trades where it's like it wasn't working out here, but it is over there. And then so people are like, oh, you gave this guy up for that, and look what you had. Well, we just weren't ever going to get that over here. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that, because Jared McCain did ball out for Philly as well, but it's just maybe it just doesn't work for them anymore. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing for Jared McCain that he's over there able to play. But I think Philly made the choice they made, and you know that's just what it is.
All right, the next super chat is from Amir Azam. Amir Azam sent through a super chat and said, should the Cavs preserve their health and cruise or push now and risk injury trying to get top three in the play or top three standings? I think we should cruise and guarantee health.
You can't cruise.
That's not how that happens.
No, you ain't good. Number one, you ain't good enough to cruise. Let's start right there. You're not good enough to just chill. No, y'all not. This Cavs team could very well, if you're in your estimation, cruise and end up in the play-in tournament. Y'all could very well do that. No, y'all ain't that good to cruise and chill. No, you're not.
There's no such thing as guaranteeing health.
Thank you, Morris. In by stepping on the gas, it's not risking injury. That's like that shit y'all two up here was talking about the other day with Giannis. Man, play basketball.
Me and Chill was talking about two different things. We were talking about the same thing. Chill was saying to avoid injury.
Y'all two was talking about.
No, Chill was saying to avoid injury. I'm just saying, don't put no more wear and tear on yourself.
Right. If you don't have to.
I'm saying it's no need in going and playing. Just chill. Keep your feet up.
Wear and tear. He's an athlete. So I walked in the gym the other day. We had like a little end of the year thing right yesterday, and like I'm walking a little slower. My assistant coach like, dang, coach, you moving a little slow. I'm like, shit, I'm hurting. I'm a washed up athlete still playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my life. That's my life. I'm a washed up athlete still playing basketball. My knees can't take it. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be anything else. When y'all wear and tear, Ron, when Giannis is 40 years old and he's wear and tear on his body, that's where he wants to be. He an athlete. It's in the cards for him. Wear and tear is mandatory. It's a badge of honor.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Shoot
if
it
you
till you
can
break it.
preserve yourself, preserve yourself.
Shoot it till you break it. I can dig it.
Man, I'm talking good till the wheels fall off.
Yeah,
Talk
shoot it
about
till you break it.
wear and tear.
Yeah, shoot it till you break it. I could get with
Yeah,
that
I wouldn't suit up for nothing with this sorry ass Milwaukee team.
because
For
I can
nothing.
promise
Y'all
you.
can give me $1 million a game. I'm cool.
That's because you ain't got no heart. That's your problem. You ain't got no heart.
You ain't got
no heart. That's your
you
problem.
gonna see next weekend.
That's your
You
problem.
personally are gonna see next weekend.
Are you going to see this dude, Ron? Are you going to see this dude
Yes,
soon?
absolutely. Yes, we come into them.
Okay, so
we going
up
up to Seattle.
Okay, we're going up there. So it's going to be on and
I'll
popping.
send
Ron.
y'all back I-5 South with your tail between your legs. Actually, as a matter of fact, y'all ain't gonna have no tail.
Cut it right off.
Take y'all tail and spank y'all with it.
Shit. JD better pull up with the cameras too.
Love for Dina said Ant passed Kobe for the second most 40-point games before 25 years of age yesterday.
Mhm.
Ron, you know when you say miss me with Ant? Nah, nigga, miss me with Cade.
Mm.
Y'all do know Cade is better than Ant, right? We know this.
Do we know this for a fact, Ron?
No, we don't know this.
Do we know that for a fact, Ron?
Cade is better than Ant.
Can you substantiate Cade Cunningham being better than Anthony Edwards?
Ron
Go.
is just bored. Ron would rather say something than read super chats. That's all that was. That's
I was
just
saying something and reading super
I
chat.
don't know if he's as bored.
As a matter of fact, I
Well,
was
it was,
responding to the super chat.
that's all it was. It's fine. Shout out to you, Ron.
Ron, you think
I'm with
Ron?
that.
Honest question, Ron. Do you think Cade is better than Anthony Edwards?
Yes,
That's
I
interesting.
sincerely do. And here's the thing.
I thought you was just bullshitting. My bad.
I know, like, you know, a lot of you guys don't. I like to do this. I know a lot of you guys don't like to do. Oh, if you put this guy on this team, and if you take this team, or if you trade guys. But this is really a sincere instance where if you put Anthony Edwards on the Pistons, they're not the number 1 seed in the East. They are not 45-15 right now.
Well, they're two different players, Ron. That's number one. And Cade Cunningham does something different for Detroit that Anthony Edwards doesn't do for Detroit. Now, if you took Cade Cunningham and put him in Minnesota and asked him to do what Ant does, are they doing that?
Better.
No.
No.
They
You
would
know what?
be
You know
better.
what? You know what, Ron?
No.
For
He
real,
would get
if-
Jaden McDaniels involved more. He would get Julius
No,
involved more.
we asking you to be a bucket getter. That's what we asking you to
Both
do.
teams might be
He's
worse.
our
to be
bucket
honest.
getter now.
That's what I was gonna
That's who
say.
he is,
Damn it!
Ron.
If you flip those dudes, both those teams get worse.
I don't have I don't have any problems with Cade's motor. Cade, like, I would say this: Anthony Edwards, when he wants to play defense, is probably a better defender than Cade. But on a consistent basis, Cade plays better defense consistently.
Cade, I could that part I could get with because
Cade's he's bigger, he's more physical, rebounds better. Passing is a light year between each other.
Right.
It is a light year between their in passing gaps. And the scoring, like, I'll give it to Ant.
Ant's 23. He don't want to pass the ball.
24.
That's an Ant problem.
24 actually, and I think that's the same age as Cade Cunningham.
He said, I'm 23. I'm just trying to pass the ball.
Cade missed a year as well.
Yeah, he did. Missed the whole season. With that being said, though, Ron, I mean, like what Cade Cunningham does for his group is conducive for his group. Now you asking him to get on another crew and change his game and be
he wouldn't
be a primary bucket getter.
He would be why would he have to be a primary bucket getter? He already is a primary
because that's what Ant is. Ant is their primary bucket getter.
You do know that Cade has less scores on his team than Ant does?
He does have less scores.
He has a much more flawed offensive team than Ant.
Right, which means that if he was in Minnesota, he would be playing with a group with more bucket getters. So to your point, he would be more of a distributor, but he'd be less of a bucket getter. You think that would help his game?
I think he could go over there and play his same exact game. I think he would be able to go over there and play the same exact game.
Because we 100% we've seen that offense get stalled. We've seen Julius Randle stall that offense. We know that we can't consistently go to Rudy Gobert for buckets. We know that for a fact, right? We know that their rotation guys, as good as they are, they can't sustain an offense for an entire game. So now when you get Cade Cunningham over there, who we've also had problems with his ability to score consistently, with his ability to knock down an open shot consistently, with him being able to do that, now what does this team look like with him on the group?
Once again,
it looks way different.
He gets Jaden McDaniels more involved. He gets easier looks for everybody. Let's just start there. He gets easier looks for everybody. Gets Jaden McDaniels more involved. I think we're talking more about Jaden McDaniels and his offensive skills. Julius Randle looks a whole lot better. Rudy Gobert, obviously, like Rudy Gobert isn't. He is who he is, but he'll get Rudy a couple more open looks than Ant does at least. And like I just think the offense it flows better with Cade Cunningham.
He's not a better player than Ant Edwards. He's not better at basketball than Ant Edwards. No.
He's a better offensive player and a more consistent defensive player.
Yeah.
So
Ron, right what you just said, he's more of a consistent defensive player. That could change. Like we could fix that.
All right,
that's an effort thing.
Until it changes,
that's an effort thing. We can fix that.
Until it changes, I'm taxing Ant. Until it changes, I'm holding you accountable.
Okay, that's fine.
You play defense every other game,
which is fine. Absolutely. So.
But shout out to Anthony Edwards, man.
Unfortunately, I think we lost Mars. So, I mean, thanks for having us. We appreciate you having. We appreciate you spending some time with us, Mars. Thank you very much, my brother. We appreciate you.
It was nice seeing you, Mars.
Yeah, it's good to see you, my man. Absolutely.
Velez sent through a super chat and said, "I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is Ant not even in the top 10 in MVP rankings while Cade and Jaylen Brown are?"
Isn't he? I think. Didn't we just see that? I think we just saw that. I think he is in the top 10 MVP rankings.
Let me see.
Mainly to do with seeding for the majority of the year, really.
Yeah. And I had to come off that when it came to winning, right? I did. I had to come because there's plenty of teams that's in the league, like Denver and Oklahoma City, that the teams is winning. The teams are winning without their best player being on the floor.
So on the NBA MVP ladder, you got Jokic, or you got Shea at 1, Jokic at 2, Cade's at 3, Wemby at 4, Luka at 5, Jaylen Brown 6, Donovan Mitchell 7, Jalen Brunson 8, Anthony Edwards is now 9, and Kawhi Leonard 10.
Interesting.
So he's on there. He's just a little further down.
Maybe it should be a little higher. They're the 4th seed now in the West, so.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell moving up too. He's 7 on here. All right, the next super chat that we have is from Average Brooklyn Nets Fan. Said Scottie Pippen not messing with Grant Hill, let alone Kawhi. Take off those rose-tinted glasses. He's just Jalen Johnson who can't shoot, that plays defense.
That is so disgusting to even say something like that. He's not messing with Grant Hill. Just so you know, the years that he played in Detroit from 1994 to 1998, when Scottie Pippen was playing with the Bulls from 1994 to 1998, Grant Hill averaged 22.7 a game. Scottie Pippen, during that time, he averaged 22.1 a game. So it wasn't like Grant Hill was just kicking Scottie ass, because no, he wasn't. It was not going on. And on top of that, he was an elite defender. Grant Hill was not an elite defender. Scottie Pippen was an elite defender.
Scottie was 12-2 against Grant Hill in their careers.
Give me a break. I'm sick of hearing that stuff about, Grant Hill. Grant Hill was on his way. I'm not going to argue that point. Grant Hill was on his way to being like one of the best ever. I'm not going to argue that point. But what Scottie Pippen was doing during that time, just so we clear, I think he was second among small forwards in scoring. Second, which I think is awesome. I think he was behind Dominique Wilkins as a bucket getter. The year he finished 3rd in league MVP voting, second behind him. So with that being said, the bucket getting, like today, I think it would be a lot different. Back then, we saw what he was in the triangle, how much better of a playmaker he was, how much better of a passer he was when the offense actually featured him more. So I appreciate Grant Hill being the athlete that he was, but he wasn't Scottie Pippen. He wasn't Scottie Pippen. He wasn't better than Scottie Pippen. No, he was not, because this is the same Grant Hill who like y'all was talking about in 1995 and in 1996, Scottie Pippen still was making first-team All-Pro. He still was doing that. While Grant Hill was becoming Grant Hill, Scottie Pippen was still doing that. So,
all right, the Jonathan Frazier had this to say in a super chat. Alert! LeBron James and the New York Knicks are now part-time owners of the Raptors. LeBronto, Nick Anto? LeBronto and Nick Anto. Damn, Pin. 0-12 in the last 3 years. Scotty is not good.
They own them. They don't.
The Raptors have a nasty
they
record against the elite teams in the league. I read the other day somewhere.
They own them. Like, that's crazy to be able to say that a team, you haven't beaten them in 3 years. That's wild as hell. I think that happened with the Celtics in Memphis. Like, I don't think that they had beaten them. It was like 2 or 3 years where they hadn't beaten Memphis or something like that.
Damn.
Any words, Pen? Anything?
Nathan? Hey, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I seen a little clip. I think it was Bill Simmons, and they were saying somebody sent in the idea for LeBron for his farewell tour to actually just sign like 10-day contracts with all the teams around the league.
That'd be fire.
That'd
really be heat.
At first, I was
Can you
like, "What?" But
imagine,
then
James?
after we talked about it, I was like, "That would actually be super dope."
Like, he signed a 10-day with Charlotte and then left Charlotte and signed a 10-day with Washington and then left Washington and signed a 10-day with the Heat. And he did that the entire season.
I wonder if he can.
If he's strategic, he could do it while every team's on their West Coast road trip,
Yeah.
so that he never even has to leave LA for real. And they come into LA, he signs the 10-day contract. They play the Lakers, Suns, Warriors, Clippers, and the Kings, and then he leaves. And then the next team that comes on their West Coast road trip, same thing.
Do you think
Did
that
you
he wants
fight-
to own a team and play at the same time? Like if Vegas, for example?
What would you say, Demi?
Like if Vegas, like with the expansion, right? Like if Vegas gets incorporated into the league and there's been reports that he wants to own a share in that franchise, do you think that he's interested in owning and playing at the same time?
I don't think he can. I think he has to wait till he retires.
Yeah, I think
They can't do that?
Nah,
It's a conflict of interest. You can't do that.
But what would be kind of dope is if they did the expansion this year and then the Lakers didn't protect Bron and they got him.
I don't think that people talk enough about, like, with him owning a team. Like, what are we talking about in terms of him owning a team? Because you guys know what it costs to own an NBA team today. He does not have that.
Well, no, he
mean,
wouldn't be
what-
the
you know,
sole
He doesn't
owner.
have to own the whole thing.
You got investors and stuff like that.
Big investors, and they said Rich Paul would basically sell Clutch to get the money to help him. You know what I'm saying, and be one of his main investors.
But it'd be a lot of people that would want to get in bed with Bron to own the.
Melo, D Wade, Chris Paul.
But we're talking about basketball players. We're talking about athletes. Like, chill, it's tech money. It's oil money. It's it's money out there.
Like
Real
real
estate.
bread. Like
Wasn't
real
he a bit
bread.
of the Wizards when he played?
Who, Jordan?
Yeah.
No. That was the deal in the
you're right.
honorary Nick
And
on it.
crawfish
You're right.
on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but there, I mean, there's some big, like Ron said, there's some big millionaire guys that Bron, has rubbed elbows with that have come with some bread for him, for sure.
All right. And also, what would be dope if Bron signed like the 10-day contracts with everybody? It'd be dope if, like, throughout him doing that his like average win pace was like 60. So like throughout the season, he basically won 60 of the 82 games that he played. Like, that'd be fire.
Wow.
And obviously, if it was the opposite, we would have a lot to talk about. Legend is here. 123 said, "Why couldn't Rob have just scammed the Wolves for Ant instead of bum ass Luka? We'll never win a championship. He's just not good enough like the others."
Wow. He a bum now. This is what we are with Luka? He a bum now?
How would you
Damn.
chill? It wasn't going to take people long, man.
Shit. How did we get here? We go from them trading for Luka, and Luka is the future of the franchise. You got your future of the franchise, to now he's a bum. They wasn't even doing this with Shaq. When Shaq got to the Lakers and they were losing in the playoffs, they didn't call Shaq a bum. It was just, he couldn't get it done. And then he finally got it done, which it finally took some time. It took some time, and he did end up getting it done. But at no point was anybody ever saying Shaq is a bum. Never.
Shaq was a beast.
He was
But
no doubt about that.
But chill. The difference is that Shaq doesn't lead the league in TPPs. You know what I'm saying? You know what TPPs are, chill? That's tiers per possession. Luka is a crybaby. A crybaby. I mean, he's like a ping pong ball bouncing from ref to ref every dead ball, just crying.
He's turning a lot of people off, Ox. You're right.
You know, and that's the thing. And I think a lot of more people are seeing him on the Lakers doing exactly what he was doing in Dallas. He is a crybaby. Chill. You remember there was a season, I think it was the first year we were really doing playbacks, and we were just really watching Luka just cry after every single possession. Every single possession. Not getting back on defense, doing nothing but crying. Y'all know them badass kids who really like be crybabies at home. This is like Luka. When he could have a game, he hits a couple threes on somebody, he get to talking big shit. I mean, Luka be talking shit. Just, say anything. And then just like that. Oh my God, he hit me. Like, bro, I'd be so tired of this shit.
Ox, as a father, what do you do with them crybaby ass kids?
It's 2026, chill. I can't say it on the internet.
I'll say it. They need an ass whooping. That's what happens. You need to whoop your ass. That'll shut all of that crying up, right?
All right, chill. I'll fucking kid up.
Keep that crying up. I'll whoop your ass. That'll shut all of that crying right up.
I'll light a kid ass up.
We done with all of that crying shit. I'll give your ass something to cry about. Yes, I will.
I would like to see, like, on a per game basis, how many times does Luka just throw his hands up at the refs? It at least has to be.
He also leads the league in free throws, by the way. So it's not like he's not getting calls.
Yeah.
Did you see him get a tech yesterday after the free throws?
Yeah, so
as many as he's asking for. I don't know.
He's 2 ticks away. He's 2 ticks away from getting suspended, by the way. Yeah.
He might as well hurry up and get them 2 techs and take that suspension. He might, just get thrown out next game. Just get your 2 techs and get it over with, because it's just a matter of time.
I grew up in the go get your own switch era.
Nigga, next weekend you finna go get your own switch. You still in that era, fucking with me.
He's actually 0.2. He's actually 0.2 points behind Shea. He's at both of them averaging 8 free throws a game. He's right next to him.
Chad, y'all know Ron is little, right? y'all know Ron is little, and he's not as quick as he used to be. You better go on somewhere.
I'm not as quick as I used to be.
You still quicker than me, but you're not as quick as you used to be.
Ox, I'm closer to being as quick as I used to be than you are to even being close to as quick as you used to be.
You kind of cooking. Okay. I see
what? Like, Ticket was kind of on something when he said you got 2 left feet. Like, he not really.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, now you going too far.
It's like for real. You used to be like 95 Shaq. When you was in your heyday, you was like 95 Shaq. Now you like. I wouldn't say.
Is he like Kevin Duckworth? Is he 1990 Kevin Duckworth now?
No, we sticking with Shaq, chill. So he used to be like 95 Shaq with the Magic. Now you like 06 for real. Which that's still
mobile.
But it's a fall.
The thing about it though, chill, is Ron is strong, so he used to be able to kind of bangle me a little bit, 15 feet. Now he can't.
You can't just push him over.
Well, he could never push me over, but now it's kind of like move.
He can move you a little bit.
Damien, get out the way.
And I got to correct myself. So he averages 8. Luka averages 8 free throws a game. He does lead the league in attempts. That was my fault. Yes,
he leads the league in attempts.
He leads the league. He averages 10 free. Just so you know, Ox, he averages 10 free throws a game on average. So on a Tuesday, I'm going to the free throw line. I'm getting 10 free throws.
The 10 of his 33 points is, yep, you can pencil it in from the line.
I'm getting 8 of those. I'm getting 8 points from the free throw line per night.
And my thing is, if you're getting fouled, they should call the foul. You know what I'm saying? Like you should. If you're getting fouled, you should.
And that's why he complains, because they don't call it.
You're not getting fouled on every
every single time down the court. It's something with this.
You got to play through
every time. They can't defend him without fouling.
You got to play through some contact. Not every bit of contact is a foul. That's just not the way that works. No.
A bit of illegal contact is a foul.
100%. And not all the contact with Luka is illegal. No. But what Luka does is he cries like it's all illegal. When you put hands on him, nope, that's illegal. When you body him, nope, that's illegal. No, it's not. No.
But chill. The problem for me is I don't like when players are going in there trying to get contact you know what I'm saying, or initiating the contact and just acting like, how did I get touched? Like you're you know what I'm saying, you're the one doing you're not. I mean, not every time. I have, you know, obviously sometimes people will go get that with Luka, but Luka's a physical player.
Yes, he is. I'm not gonna argue that point. I'm not.
All right. The next super chat is from Kai's World. Kai said, never forget when Mars said if he was the Wolves, he would have accepted the Mavs offer of Luka and Ant swap in a heartbeat. Glad he's not the GM. LOL. Would you still do that, Mars?
I'm gonna take that as a no. What you got? What you got, Ron?
Christos Karasoulis said Tatum was 100% last year on a better team and lost to the Knicks. Stop with the nonsense. Those post Achilles Tatum stinkers about to be fired.
Tour dates is what we looking at.
He's going to have some games where he struggles. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I just want to see. I just want to see if he can hold up. That's what I'm concerned with more than anything. Can he hold up? Can he hold it together? Right? Can he withstand the contact of the NBA, the grind of the NBA? Can he do that? That's what I want to see more than anything. Because again, I was objective to this, but now that we're here, let's see it.
But even with that though, like even if you're saying that the Celtics can't beat the Knicks, certainly there's somebody else in the Eastern Conference that could beat the Knicks. The Celtics might not even end up playing the Knicks. So it's like, even if they are on a worser team, they could still make it out the East by way of a different path.
Did you say worse?
The Knicks are a little different this year as well.
I just heard you say worser.
Yeah, worser.
So if there's a worser team than them, well, who would be the worstest? The
worstest? Well, in the playoffs in the East, the worstest is probably going to be the Raptors.
Okay, I got you. I just want to make sure.
It's Nicole said, might be a hot take, but if James went to college, I'm assuming he's saying LeBron James went to college, he could have got a better jump shot.
Interesting enough that he ended up getting a better jump shot when he got to the NBA. He ended up developing a three ball. He ended up developing a mid-range. Everything y'all say that he couldn't do, he ended up doing it. So give me a break.
Come on, Nicole. Think.
Yeah, who
average
damn that jump shot.
Average Brooklyn Nets fan said, y'all keep saying 70%, but when Tatum comes back and doesn't look like he missed a beat, what's the narrative then? Celtics winning it all.
Yeah.
I just don't want to put that pressure on him, man. I just don't want to put that pressure on him to come back and look like he looks, because we know what the discourse is going to be like after that if he struggles, man.
But that's what it's going to be, though, Damian. Like, for him coming back, that's what people are going to expect. They're going to expect Jason Tatum, and they're not getting that dude, but that's what they're going to expect. That's the downside.
People expect that initially, chill. Like, if they expect the same Jason Tatum they seen right before he left, then people are dumb.
I mean, Ox.
If Jason Tatum's on the court, I expect to see Jason Tatum on the court.
Which Jason Tatum are you expecting to see, Mars? Just the one physically? Just the guy?
I expect to see Tatum, number 0 for the Boston Celtics.
And that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna see physically that Jason Tatum. The question is which player are you gonna get?
No, all NBA.
He said he ain't no role player. That's what he said. He said he ain't coming back to be no role player.
Okay.
So that's why I expect him to come back and not be no role player.
You know what? Speaking of that, Mars, you say number 0. Like, he should change his number.
Wow.
He should be like 00.
Why is he 0? I forget.
KD came back from tearing his Achilles, and in his first 17 games back was averaging 31, 7, and 5.
Yeah. KD doesn't
on
miss a beat.
53, 45, 88 splits.
Yeah, KD doesn't miss a beat. I mean, he'll bucket getter.
Yeah, so Jason Tatum. That's gonna be Jason Tatum.
Is Jason Tatum the same level of scorer that KD is?
He doesn't need to be. He needs to be Jason Tatum. I never said be KD. I said be Jason Tatum.
But you brought KD up as an example, though.
Yeah, because KD came back being Kevin Durant.
Yes, and
Jason Tatum needs to come back being Jason Tatum.
Right. And
how much time did Kevin Durant?
18 months.
Yeah. The finals is in June, and he came back the next season.
And he came back December of 2020. 10 months.
So he's got 8 months.
Maybe? Yeah,
I want to say May 16th. Miles is when he tore his Achilles.
So about 10 months. About 10
like
months.
that.
Yeah.
Well, Katie had 8 months.
But the thing about it though with JT, like we talked about this before, like I expect JT to at the least be like last season Tobias Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like,
At the very least.
you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be good. He'll
If
be
he
aight.
comes
That's the
back
floor.
last season, Tobias Harris,
That's
you
the-
better just retire, man.
That's the floor. Like, damn. That's
Like I'm
what
saying,
I'm
like,
getting.
we
That's
paying
amazing.
Tobias
First round
55
series, yeah.
mil. Yeah, it's over.
nah,
right there.
I'm not saying stay Tobias, but I'm saying like
That's the
if, like,
floor,
his-
though. That's
like
where we at.
his first like think about like Tobias, like his best stretch last season. You know what I'm saying? He was averaging like 15, 16 or something like that. I don't know, right? It's like if he comes back in this week and for the rest of March, he's like a good version of this version of Tobias Harris. I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? He's
Incoming
gonna
Tobias
come
Tatum?
back.
That's a
Like,
plus for both.
let's say he comes out Tobias Harris first, and then he's like, what was that? 24 playoffs against the Thunder, PJ Washington, and then he's like, and then the next week he's like Chris Middleton before he hurt his ankles, and then like, well,
I'd
we
be
good.
very
Like,
surprised.
So
I'd be very
starts off
surprised.
Tobias Harris, and then 3 weeks later, he's Jason Tatum.
4 weeks later, probably.
I'll take it.
So,
Yeah, I'll take it. That's cool.
I'll be very
You go
surprised.
Tobias, PJ, Harrison Barnes, Chris Middleton.
Harrison Barnes is better.
So does that mean? So does that mean that Tobias Harris?
Well, good. I'm talking about good Harrison Barnes.
So does that mean, Ron, that Tobias Harris, Jason Tatum is who Tobias Harris should have been?
No, Jason Tatum is who Keegan Murray should have been. But
I got you.
Hey, Keegan still got time. What's Keegan, like 24?
I just want to make sure
Yeah,
I'm following.
Keegan still got time, you know what I'm saying?
Tobias has made some of the most money in league history without being an all-star, right?
Why you
Maybe the
bullshitting?
most.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the
I
most.
don't be pocket watching Tobias Harris.
Mhm.
It might be
Shout
the
out
most.
Toby, man.
Hmm.
The Trib One sent through a super chat and said, I know y'all saw Hayes in the closing lineup. I think the lineup that can compete is Marcus Smart, Luka Doncic, Jake LaRavia, LeBron James, and Jackson Hayes. AR, Manu, Maxey, Vando, Phil the Lakers, or Phil? Who's Phil?
I think like a
I don't
fill in someone.
That's a filler player, just
filler
someone.
player. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, someone who's just gonna give us 6 minutes because we need to play 9. That's what he's saying.
Shout out Phil.
Anyone but Aiton is basically what he's saying right there.
Lakers and 7.
so just buy him out. Just get him out of here. Cut.
Yeah, asking Austin Reeves to be manager nobly is setting your team up for failure, by the way.
Shout out Austin, man. Love Fadina sent through yet another super chat and said, just saw a clip on X that y'all laughed at Chill for saying that Ant would be a better shooter than Luka. Man. Chill be right.
Whoops.
She'll be right.
Shout out to you, Chill, man. Hey, you keep us balanced up here, man. If it wasn't for you, our
No,
takes would be all
I'm
over.
with. To be honest with you, I'm with Ox. I don't know basketball. I don't know shit. I don't know.
Broken clock, man.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Tupac Westside said, real proud of Cade for evolving the way he has. I can see him as an MVP finalist for sure.
I can see it too. Mhm.
I have 3 names on there, so yeah.
Not this year, but I can see that happening.
Shout out to him, man.
Hey, man, go get that MVP. You got about 20 games left. Go get it, brother.
I can see it happening.
The real Xavier Thompson said, I know what's wrong with Luka. 24, he had a better bag. Watching some videos and his bag was better, creative, and more free. He would do whatever he wanted back in 2024. So he's saying, I don't know what's wrong with Luka.
I'm on Damien's page. I think it has something to do with the athleticism. I do.
100% it does. Yep.
I do.
All
I
it
think
is.
it has something to do with the athleticism.
And people like that, we posted that clip and like people were coming for me, but like people misunderstood that I wasn't talking about a decline in production. I was talking about a general athletic decline. He's still obviously getting his numbers, but it just looks different as your body starts to change and you get older. And it happened to all the great ones. It happened to Wade. It happened to LeBron. It happened to Jordan. Like your game has to change. And sometimes along with those changes, the impact also changes because you're not the athlete that you once were. Now, the only difference with those guys is that the Wades and the LeBrons and the MJs of the world are starting at such a high base. So when they regress athletically, they regress to either the median or they regress to still being an elite athlete. Whereas Luka doesn't have the baseline athleticism. So what ends up happening is the delta between his best games and his sort of games where he struggles widens because the athleticism is going and his game has to change accordingly. So obviously he's still getting his numbers, but potentially the impact and the way he's getting them starts to look different because he's played so much basketball.
It's like 38-year-old Vince Carter still being super athletic. Like,
How about 30-year-old Tracy McGrady? Like he fell off a cliff.
Yeah, but I'm saying like because Vince could still jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, but he was nowhere near the athlete he was in his like early mid-20s and stuff.
We got a members chat from Small Boxes. Shout out to Small Boxes, a Hall of Famer. Small Boxes said everyone understands how much harder it is to generate offense in the playoffs until it's time to glaze our favorite superstars. Are you guys too soft on your favorite players?
Yeah.
No.
I agree, Small Boxes. I agree. With that
You should
being
expect
said,
more.
we'll be averaging 30.
I just think y'all put the playoffs on the pedestal. That's all. Can't put the playoffs on the pedestal.
MTHJ301 sent through a members chat and said, wish winning the most player of the months and MVPs correlated more. LeBron robbed 2018 or Harden greatly underappreciated until MVP voting.
I don't keep up with who wins player of the month to know. I'm pretty sure Kobe won player of the month more than Steve Nash.
Yeah, I know LeBron's got the most ever, but it doesn't mean you're going to win the MVP. Yeah.
Shout out to Shea, too. He got it 3 times last year. I am your God, 76, sent through a members chat and said, Wemby equals Nuck or Nuke. The threat is great enough to win. Hashtag superpower.
Yeah.
Nuke, yeah.
Shout out Nuke.
Just so you know, I am your God. The nuke was actually used before, so.
Do you think teams are scared of Wemby?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
They that was hilarious in the chat. You know, sometimes they get on that troll mode, and they were just talking about how Wemby is just what they say, Sean Bradley with the bald head. That's kind of something. So
that's Chet Holmgren, and Chet Holmgren's basically Wemby.
Basically, so like how Damo calls Rudy Baguette Biombo. I'm gonna start calling the Wemby Croissant Bradley.
Quick dealer as well as someone else.
With some butter on it.
Yeah, croissant Bradley. Y'all ever had them croissants with the like the ham and cheese, like the baked inside? Those joints are crazy.
Bechamel in there, yeah.
Ox turning me back into the drug addict days. Like, whoa, I gotta chill out. So I sound like Pookie.
Just calling me.
I remember them days. Yeah, I gotta chill out. Now I'm straight.
Yeah, croissant Bradley. We're gonna rock with that until he wins a playoff series.
We got one last members chat from the Jonathan Frazier. Jonathan said Scotty Barnes is not what Penn says he is. He mid.
I think he's better than mid. I think he's better than mid, but he ain't but what Penn says he is, though.
All right, we got one more member that I want to shout out. Latrell Buckner, 9072. Shout out, Latrell. Appreciate you for joining up. If you aren't a member yet, become a member. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And also, you guys make sure to get them likes up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all held it down today. We will be back same place, same time tomorrow. Y'all pull up. It's going to be another great episode of The Panel.
Later.
Laters, brothers.
Christmas.
Yes, sir.